All right, we're live, everybody. We are back. This is Mike Yow with Savage Kingdoms role-playing game and Fire in the Head Productions. We are here with some lovely players tonight. Going to play some more Savage Kingdoms. You've probably seen the two people below their mugs before, hopefully. Um, the always lovely and beautiful Matthew Edwardson, and also Madison was like, "That's got to be me," which it is actually. But and then we have a new player, Eric. So if you guys, and I'm the game master and the creator of the game, you guys already know that. Blah blah blah. So we'll have Eric introduce himself and his character first.
So I am playing today a Chinari, which is a cat person in the Savage Kingdoms world from the Mezca Isles. He, as far as cat look, he is like a black leopard or a black jaguar. So all black hair with rosettes that are shown up in the light. He has gone through some pretty rough times. His most recent place of origin, or where he was living, is Laurentia, but he was working as a gladiator in Laurentia. And by working, I mean he was a slave in a cage. And during the fights, he ended up getting blinded. So his eyes are a milky white due to a chemical that was thrown on him during one of the fights. So he is fairly well blind. He can see shapes in light and dark, but that's about it. He stands hunched because of being trapped in a tiny little cage, unless he was out to fight and then put back in the little cage. So he's always hunched over and more in a skulking position. However, he does carry two very fine blades that were given to him to use to fight with, and when he escaped, he stole them on his way out. He is also dressed in just general traveler's garb, but wears no armor because it restricts his movement and his ability to be quick and agile.
Cool, awesome. And Madison.
Hello. I am playing Blue Star, the wild she. She is from Lithilorian, and it's where she's located. Her clan was on the border near Silendor, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, Calendril. Yeah.
Her she name is Luna Sidhe. She has darker hair and blue eyes, and she is a bard. She's part of the Emerald Harpers, but she doesn't only harp, she plays the lute, she sings, she dances, and she also has a pet bear named Midnight, who is black.
Cool. And Matthew Edwardson. Why am I French tonight? I don't.
We have to stick in the accent.
Atamur, you're not Italian.
I am also a she, but of the Eluna variety. My character is Hithelian from Lithirian, standing at 6'7" with auburn hair and piercing green eyes, with a very well high quality longbow and dagger and saber for her weapons.
Cool. And for the audience at home, Luna She is basically like a light elf, or like in D&D would be like a high elf. So, right. All right. Excellent. Thanks, guys. So our story begins, just a little backstory. So they are on the continent of Astagonia. That is kind of the main continent, the Western continent, the kind of European-esque continent for audiences out there. I think all the other gameplays that we've recorded have been on the same continent. So, but they happen to be in just north of Lithilor, which I think Madison and Matthew both related to, and right at the edge of the Shadowwood Forest. And these three, their characters have only known each other fairly briefly, just like the last week or so. And they've been traveling in the area for reasons of their own. And last session, so this is just to let the audience know, this is actually the second session of this campaign. The first session was live. We used to gather live at Eric's office here, actually, and every other Wednesday. But now that COVID lockdown has kind of come back again, and there's like a curfew and stuff in the area where we all live, that we're doing this virtual. So that's why this comes in at episode 2 instead of episode 1, just to give some preface there. But anyway, so character-wise, they've been traveling in this region just north of Lithilor and what's known as the Shadowwood or the Twilight Forest. And for my players here on roll 20, it's on that little red dot there on the map. I don't know if y'all have seen it yet. So the little red dot is kind of where you are in relation to the continental map there. And you just were talking to two Dark Sidhe, a female and a male named, well, there were three of them. But the main two that seemed to do all the talking, the other one didn't seem to speak very much, was known as Silendor, and a female, and Sildorian, a male dark elf, or Dark Sidhe, same thing. And apparently they're both members of the Shadow Corps. Oh, Eric is moving. He's going to go
moving.
going to see Torben or Misha or somebody.
Well, the baby is asleep, so I'm now moving downstairs to not disturb baby by talking and playing the game.
So our first stealth roll for tonight is from a player and not a character.
Exactly.
I think I see Misha trailing you.
Yeah, she's helping by carrying the wonderful tome of a book that I love to have.
Woohoo! Also,
And
the
I
Savage
use-
Kingdoms book is cool too.
That is the one.
So, you guys met these two Dark Sidhe. They put you. Oh, it's vanishing. Wait, mine's doing it. I don't know. Anyway, you can get it on drive-through RPG audiences. Whoa, she just walked through. Hi, Misha.
This episode brought to you by.
Brought to you by Misha's butt, apparently, as she walked by.
No, that was Dizzy the cat.
Oh, that was a cat. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I get for glimpsing at the last moment. Sponsored by Cat Butt. So that was a Chennai.
I'll go get it.
So you guys have met Sildorian and Silendor, these two Dark Sidhe Shadow Knights, and they ask you to go on a quest for something called the Windstone, a Windstone, because there's probably several of them. For the audience at home, because the players already know this lore, particularly the Sidhe characters, Windstones used to hold up the cities in Silendor. The last remaining kind of main Eluna Sidhe realm used to have several sky cities or sky citadels. And over the last 4,000 years, as we've come into the age of man, magic has kind of faded a little bit in the world. It's not as potent as it used to be. It takes rituals to do it and all these kind of shortcuts, whereas in the Sidhe could just kind of do it almost at will back then. So the stories go. And they enchanted these windstones to place into the foundations of these citadels in order to make them hover and kind of like be above the trees that they could see all around. And legend has it there's a group called the Wind Riders of Silendor, or the Sky Riders of Silendor, and they ride these giant eagles and kind of patrol the area. So Matt's character is from one of those cities, I think. It used to be in the air, but no longer is. And so they're on a quest for this Windstone. And the Dark Sidhe said that they could not be able to, where they think it is, they have a gas. There was some mystical force that prevented them from entering the Emerald Islands, where the Emerald Isles, where they think it is, to retrieve it. And they've hired our friends, the adventurers, to go seek it for them. And you made a deal to have Sildorian go with you. So.
That's right. It's very nice to convince them to send one of their own.
Giddy.
Yeah. And here's him right here. So, my friends, whenever you wish to leave, the sooner the better. He says, and but also you've heard him, he speaks Brithian as well.
Well, I think that we're ready. So, anyone up for a picture?
Journey forth.
That is good. I suppose your bear is coming along?
Well, of course Midnight's coming. He comes with me everywhere.
Very good. Seems to be a very fine animal, actually.
Yes, so is your falcon. I actually had a discussion with him.
I appreciate it. He's my friend. So is my horse. Very important to me. So, since Silendor wishes me to go along with you, I suppose the sooner the better. Follow me. He starts to ride north as Midnight follows behind Blue Star. So anyone mounted?
I'm riding the bear.
Okay. Does anybody else have horses? I can't remember.
I do not. My mobility is fairly fast, though. My base mobility is 16.
Blue Star's riding Midnight. 16. Yeah, you're pretty fast.
I don't have one unless you gave me one in the story.
No,
Perhaps
unless
I could ride the bear or the other horse with someone. I don't know. My base mobility is not as fast as.
Oh well, one thing that came up in conversation the last session. You guys were negotiating with them, and you mentioned, we're mostly on foot, and um, they said, well, I don't think you'll be traveling far. And they mentioned something about some magical standing stones, and that was about all they alluded to. Yeah, they just said we just have to get to those, and Sildorian apparently knows the way, which another reason he's going with you.
Brilliant. I'm fine walking then.
So unfortunately, you're still on foot right now, but you notice Khan's pretty fast. I think Athelian's fairly fast, right?
My base is 11.
Yeah, it's a little above average. Blue Star's riding on midnight.
Now, it had been a while since we played. Did we say that my character had pigeon level Brithian, seeing as I only spoke Chinari and Laurenthian?
Yeah, I think
Nobody
said
else
that.
did.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's up to you as well if you don't want to.
Well, I think we needed to as of last game because it was much more difficult. Now, granted, I will be pigeon level, so I'll be one or two words. But when people say travel, I'll understand. Oh, go.
Yeah, but right, exactly. You don't read or write it as well, so you travel on this first day after your meeting. You leave the Dark Sidhe tent behind, and it has the symbol of the the Order of the Shadow Knights on it that I think Blue Star might have recognized as you were approaching. The two Dark Sidhe you leave behind just kind of watch. They're very tall and thin, like Sidhe tend to be, like the Sidhe that are below us. And they kind of just watch. They all have kind of silver white hair, slightly gray skin, from dwelling in darkness, so the legend goes, for so long. And you just travel. Again, it's kind of like just north of a forested region, so it becomes plains very quickly. There's trees dotting here and there. To your right, you can see this massive mountain range, kind of tinged. Most of the mountains are tinged slightly in red, hence giving it the name the Blood Rock Mountains that almost everyone refers to it as. Not too far to your right, to your east. And you travel on for, let's see, you met them pretty, so it's actually mid-morning. It's actually not that late. So anything you guys want to do as you travel? Or you just
I'll stay off away from the group, but within earshot and within being able to make out silhouettes and whatnot through my limited vision as we travel through.
Okay.
And basically, keeping pace, but going as fast as I can and skulking at the same time.
Okay. Do you ever scout ahead at any point, or?
Not really, because of the fact that I can't see anything. It's all by hearing and smell and whatnot. My sight is not so good for spotting somebody on a ridge down the way.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And it seems to be that Sildorian ever plods ahead on his black stallion, seeming to know the way. Occasionally he stops, like he's not entirely sure, but at least you seem to be headed north for sure.
Yeah, we took him because he had that hawk that could scout.
Yeah, and he's got a hawk as well, a falcon that he occasionally sends off. It's
the thing that saw me in the grass.
It's a pretty large hawk. Yeah, it saw you, and then it has the only thing that's different about any other hawk that you've seen is it kind of has a silver sheen to its eyes, which is kind of weird because Khan's eyes are probably a little bit like that too, other than the scar, a little glassed over. But this doesn't seem to be a blindness thing. This maybe is just a tinge of the other world or something to it. And so
I was just going to say, if while we're traveling, if we don't feel threatened, Hithelian would have proposed to Blue Star that if she if she's able to play while riding the bear, that I could accompany her as we travel. She could play and I could sing.
Oh, what would you like to sing? I know lots of songs.
Something perhaps of the to our heritage of Sidhe.
Okay.
Would there be something, maybe reference the wild Sidhe and the Eluna Sidhe have a mutual reference point?
Like a song or a story?
Yeah, a song or a story.
Yeah, there's some in the but I don't think there's any like that. I mean, there's the most famous one is the breaking of Arvalendor, which is like a super melancholy story of the
That's
breaking
the
of the.
one for them already, I think.
Oh, she performed that. That's right. She
Oh.
broke one. It was Sildorian and the tears, I think.
Yes.
Oh.
Could leave.
Well,
people
then perhaps I would ask you to play that tune again, and I will. I
was
will.
gonna say there are several other lesser known kind of happier.
Oh well, all right. Well,
well.
just play an up. I would say let's play an upbeat piece, and I will sing of our adventures to come.
Okay. Maybe I can improv. Can I do a improv roll?
Yeah, if you're making up a song, the DL is 5 higher than normal. So
Okay.
if it's a simple tune, it's only difficulty level 15.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's
So
see if our
Blue Star
improv
starts to
duo does
break
well.
into a jaunt.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Is an Emerald Harper, and it's quite good. I mean, it's so good it sounds like it's like clearly this was like written like a long time ago and she's rehearsed it, but nope, she's winging it, and it sounds really good. Was that a song, or were you playing the harp, or both?
Well, I was playing the harp, and then
I will sing, so I guess I should make a performance roll here.
Yeah, and we take the highest since you're
good.
working together. So all right, so Athelion didn't drag you down too much. But Blue Star, because it was tough because so Blue Star is improvising and Athelion is just trying to riff and kind of keep up, but it's actually pretty good. It might even entertain Khan, maybe, depending on how banal he is.
I'm keeping an ear out. I'm listening, but I'm not showing any signs of enjoyment. I'm just being aware that it's happening.
Sildorian is the same, very quiet. Occasionally he gives a nod and a slight kind of smile, mostly to Blue Star, but occasionally to Athelion as well, giving away the fact that he's trying to be all dour and dark she, but you see him kind of smile a few times. But he doesn't say much. He's very quiet. He's kind of like Khan right now. He's probably very attuned to the environment. So this stuff like this kind of goes on for a few hours. And as you get on, actually pretty much the whole day you travel, the weather is a bit overcast. It's actually getting a little more darker clouds are starting to roll in towards nightfall. And just around dusk or so, maybe just before, everybody make perception rolls if you would.
So when I roll perception, it's going to say my hearing, but obviously if it's not a hearing related perception, just subtract 1 from it.
I'll subtract the
20.
Yeah. Oh, okay. 2016, 17. All right. So Khan's the only one that doesn't notice because it's a visual thing right now. And so let's see if Sildorian notices or not. Even though he's at lead, he hasn't really seemed to notice what you guys are noticing. So kind of off to the, I mean, it's sort of the direction you're going, but a little bit off to the right. Off in the distance, Athelion and Blue Star, you notice a figure. There's like a copse of trees, fairly large, almost like a small forest, a small wood. And right at the edge of the tree appears to be a figure. It's just kind of blended in. It's like it's black or gray. It's vaguely humanoid. And then suddenly it begins to move. And when it moves, it just kind of glides across the grass. It looks like it has no feet touching the grass as it glides toward you. It's like 40 yards away right now.
Athelion, do you see that?
Yes, it's not moving in a natural form. It worries me. I'll point it out to our compatriots as well.
Yeah, I would have heard them talking about something and been more interested.
Can you send your falcon out and see what that figure is over there?
Kind of looks. No need, my dear. Unfortunately, I believe that is a Shadow-wraith.
A Shadow-wraith?
Yes, they are attached to the lands. We must be near the Shadowlands. They were once she-once. They are neither living nor dead. Undead, your humans would call it.
Are they part of the other world?
I know not. They are but ghosts remaining. If they have any attachment, it's to the netherworld. Some say they are caught between the earth world and the netherworld. Be gone! And he starts like shouting and like she to it.
No, it's all right, Sir Dorian. I don't think it was bothering us.
You will not like these things. Story is that they will have you deep into melancholy. They will break your soul. We could try to outrun it. And then he notices that most of you are on foot. His yelling does nothing. In fact, if anything, it starts to glide closer towards you. And then suddenly, right before your eyes, it kind of like, it reaches out like this kind of clawed see-through. It's incorporeal. You can see through its blackish gray form. Looks like a wraith type thing. And as it holds its hand out, suddenly materializing is a long sword. Just like, just comes out of nowhere.
Sir Dorian, I think we might have to make our stance here.
Either that or is challenging one of us. If
Perhaps
you wish, I can challenge it to combat.
maybe we could talk to it and see what it wants.
You are better
Combat?
Possibly.
Both my
See what-
daggers come out.
See what it wants. Your daggers
I-
come flying out.
What? Yeah, they come into my hands, and I drop into a hard crouch and go into stealth.
Okay. There's not too much cover around except for the trees that it came out of.
Okay.
Although
Well,
it is starting to get dark.
Can I make a persuasion roll to speak to it?
Yeah, it's only about 25 yards away. So
Okay.
you don't even have to yell that loud.
Okay.
And I don't know if Matt heard, because I think he kind of
Yeah.
walked out of frame, but it materialized a
heard.
sword into it. Yeah. An elegant looking, probably she blade.
Why do you draw your weapon on us?
What, she language?
Yes, she. And I got a 14.
For persuasion?
Mhm.
Okay. It stops about 20 yards short and says nothing, but it does stop there. And you see it kind of like the figure on roll 20. It actually kind of leans on its sword as if guarding.
We mean no harm. We are merely traveling through.
And then suddenly it begins to speak in she at that. And you can vaguely hear it in like this wispy she voice. I desire nothing but your energy to survive. You will forgive me.
At the sound of that voice, I kind of bristle a little bit and hiss, even though it would probably break me out of stealth. I kind of like have an low, like, a cat low growl. Like I'm not too happy with hearing this thing talk.
Yeah. I sense she, those who were once like I was. I would have your energy. If you do not give it to me freely, I will be forced to slay you. And it starts gliding forward.
How much do you need?
All of it.
I will break out my longbow and knock a silver-tipped arrow, silver-plated arrow.
As you do that, it pulls the sword up into this position and begins to glide quicker forward. So everybody roll initiative.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, the one thing I didn't set up in my macro.
Oh!
I knew I forgot something.
Defiant.
I think it is.
So Blue Star's at 12. Is that your initiative? Blue Star.
Well,
Midnight.
my initiative is 0, but I rolled.
Oh, plus, yeah, the modifier is plus 0. I thought you meant it ended up being a 0. I'm like,
That would
that's a
suck.
critical failure. You get one action in the opening round. So, 12. Ithalian
16 for Hithelian.
16. And Con is a 56.
56.
No, not a 66.
Khan gets 5 actions in the first round.
He gets all the actions.
That's quite all right,
How many
dear.
actions do you get? All of them.
Cheer you on.
I am a permanent action.
I am just,
Right. Nobody gets to do anything until I feel like I've had enough.
I'm
And
not
then you get to go.
Yes.
I've done enough things.
I've done all the things you can do. So.
I've done all the things. Everyone is dead. You can move now.
That's right. Everybody, it's fine. You can do your own thing.
All right. The creature will get oh dear, not very good. faster than Sildorian. That's about it. All right. So the first person to react is Khan.
You were just waiting to say that.
I know.
I'm surprised it took that long.
I know. I was waiting
know.
from the very beginning that hadn't happened yet. But
I know.
Anyway.
I've resisted a couple times as well.
You're a better man.
So what's the layout here? How far away would I be from?
20 yards.
About 20 yards.
Yep.
I'm going to stealth around. I don't know that it knows that I'm around, but maybe it does. But I'm going to move around off to its left.
Okay.
Or no, it's right, where I'm moving the thing on roll 20. But I'm going to stealth around for that. So I'm going to go ahead and stealth again.
So there's
Stealth
just
around.
enough tree cover and enough dusk to be able to use stealth.
Okay.
Oh,
There we go.
oh dear. And your mobility is
Is 16. So if I'm
it's-
stealthing, it would be half.
yeah, it's half unless you can go full speed, but it's minus 10 or minus 5.
No. No, so I just went. That should be 8, right?
Yeah. Where's your token? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, so
this
I moved it from here to here.
scales a little bit off. Let me make it more accurate. For those of you at home, we're using row 20, so that's what we're jabbering on about. So where it says feet, just pretend that means yards in this case.
Okay.
Well, actually, never mind. I think we can make it for reals.
For realsies.
For reals, right? Why is that there? It's close enough. All right, so Khan gets there. Is one
Well, then
action.
I would move more this way because I'm going to be kind of flanking in a large arc. So yeah.
All right. That's one action. Do you want a second action to continue moving or do something else?
Yeah, I can second action to continue. Do I use the same stealth roll?
Yes.
Yeah, then I'll use my second
Oh
action.
no,
to continue.
sorry. You have to roll again. What am I? Don't even know my
Okay.
own rules apparently.
So I'll second action continue stealthing at 20. Well, I was going to continue at 29, but we'll continue stealthing. How's that?
At 49, apparently.
You disappeared.
Should I keep going? Because I think I can just keep getting more and more stealthy.
Jesus, 49. So for the audience at home, I know you guys probably know this already. So if you get a natural 20 and Savage Kingdoms, it explodes, meaning that you roll again and add that result to the original. If you get a second 20, third 20, very rare, but it's happened, then it just keeps going. So Eric just got, the player playing Khan just got a 49 total after exploding a 20 and being awesome at the skill. So the gods have lost track of you, Khan.
Woo!
Unfortunately, your breath has lost track of you and you feel breathless for a moment. No, you, let's see, but seriously, critical effect. So let me roll randomly for your critical effect. Oh, okay. So this action you could have moved at full speed with no problem. So you could have actually burst into a little jog there. Let's see what other options, or I can just roll randomly.
I like the full speed one. That'll bring me.
Yeah, by random
Within-
roll, that's what it is actually.
It'll bring me
Yeah.
within flanking distance of him.
It does not seem to notice you. However, how far do you get? Is that 7 yards? Are you within 7 yards?
I was going to be about 8 yards. I was going to about half my speed away from, so I could.
So
do
8
it.
yards? Okay. That's perfect. You'll find out why that's perfect in a second, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
So, Blue Star, what do you do?
Okay. I am going to pull out my harp and do battle muse.
Cool. Spin an action to, okay. So you make a performance roll. Skill roll. DL 10, and if you get 10 above, you probably read it. It gives you extra benefits.
Let's see.
All right,
Oh.
so it doesn't boost to the next thing, but it's enough to make everybody get +1 to defense and attack rolls. So she starts playing this battle song. I think it says it's supposed to be like a chant or it's drums, but you can make it your voice if you.
Sure, I'll just.
I think I made it more specific because some people were doing like, I'm playing a battle song on a flute. I don't know. I guess you could, right?
I do have a flute.
I mean, they did in the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
I'll pull out the flute then and start doing a little battle tune.
It'd be a little bit more weird playing a battle muse song on a triangle.
Aggressive wiggle.
So Blue Star breaks into this inspirational battle song, and second action or anything or not. I'm gonna put a heart icon on your token.
Can I do seductive dance while doing battle muse?
Good question. I think you can. So the problem is action economy. I think it. I don't know if it's let me look it up. I can't remember if it's a 2-action thing or a 1-action thing. Seductive dance. So that's a subterfuge talent, I believe. Would make sense. Yep, there it is. So you're quite skilled in seducing and distracting others by way of trained dances and evocative movements. Be it the dance of the Seven Veils, the air dance of the Jan, the sacred dances of Lucia, or others. All right, so yeah, it's a full round for one full round, so 2 actions.
Okay, never mind then.
So you could do it next round if you want, but then you wouldn't be able to do battle music at the same time.
Then instead I will send Midnight in front of me to try to intimidate.
So he rears up and roars at it. Scares the crap out of Khan, who runs off.
he breaks his stealth. Son of a bear.
So
Was a bear shit in the woods? I don't know, but Khan sure did.
So Madison, make a persuasion intimidation. Do you have his stats, right? If not, I can find. Oh wait, I don't think you do because Black Bear's not in the book. It's in the Savage East coming out.
Yeah, I don't have.
I just put brown bears and Arctic bears in the core book.
Yeah, I can use my own persuasion, but I don't know what Midnight's.
No, it'd be the bears. +4 intimidation.
Okay.
He's +4.
9.
All right, probably not going to scare the thing, assuming it's not immune to fear. But just in case. Oh, great. That happened.
Oh, did crit succeed?
No. I didn't think I was going to have to worry about whether it's immune to fear, but since it just rolled a natural 1 on resolve.
Oh.
I now have to check because I can't remember if I wrote these things are immune to fear or not. I think they are not immune to fear.
A natty 1.
Okay, so Midnight rears up, and this thing, like this creature, this see-through wraith, ghost, whatever, with the sword, kind of a menacing thing, looks visibly kind of shaken, which shows that it probably has a developed mind of sort. But yeah, so it's intimidated. So it's got the yellow dot, -2 to all of its stuff. Cool. And Ithelian.
Ithelian will stride forward with that knocked silver arrow and will fire the shot.
From there, so that's easily short range. Oh, silver arrow, you said, Matt?
Yeah, silver-plated arrow.
Ooh. 27. So the arrow streaks forward, drills into the thing's incorporeal being, and silver. And you notice the silver tip rips through it, like doing full damage instead of what probably would have been half damage otherwise.
Nice.
27.
Very nice.
Man, that ripped the tar out of its essence. So I'm trying to find its defense. Okay, there it is. 15. So your damage is 27. Armor piercing 1, I believe, right? For a longbow?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Regular. So, man. All right. 13 points of damage. Takes all of that as the arrow goes ripping through, and you hear it just cursing and she. And if it could feel pain, it would be howling in pain. And that it looks really faint all of a sudden. instead of bleeding, it just kind of like it seems to it's just barely kind of a flickering gray shade right now, which means it's probably pretty darn injured. Anything else, Athelion?
Nope, I will break out another silver tipped arrow for the next round.
It is staggered.
Silver plated, sorry, not tipped. Plated.
Okay. All right. And on its turn, it begins to back away to the trees from whence it came, still not noticing Khan. Because in order to go back to where it came, it actually kind of has to go a little bit towards Khan. So Eric, as this thing starts drifting towards you, still doesn't seem to notice you. Suddenly you feel this horrible, like cold presence. And this, not only is it like physically cold, but there's like this heavy melancholy, this heavy depression surrounding this thing. When it gets to be about 7 yards from you, that's what I was talking about, the 8-yard thing. So make a resolve roll.
Is it fear? Well, if it's not fear, just subtract
Believe
one.
it or not, it's not. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so this will be with fear, so just -1, whatever it comes out.
Okay.
So 11.
All right. You are, unless you want to luck it, you are despaired. Meaning that you are, I forgot how I did despaired. The condition. Oh yeah, it's almost like being stunned. You really can't hardly do anything.
Would adding 5 move that, or should I roll again? Well, you can't tell me.
I won't tell you. So do you want to add 5 or re-roll?
Re-roll. Lucking it.
For the audience at home, he's spending a luck point too.
Lucking it. Boop. Hey, it's all the same.
The gods have spoken.
So I am
You
despaired.
were overcome with this horrible sense of
gosh.
dread and melancholy.
How do you get the exact same roll twice?
Yeah.
So we'll put the black splotch on you. Let me make sure exactly what despair does. You think I would remember, but I don't.
Well, you're working on the Savage East. Of course you don't remember what's, you got other things going on.
I don't know what I edited out and stuff. Deceased, deafened, diseased, distracted, dying, exhausted, hindered, intimidated. It's something that's not called despair. This is actually a error in the book. Like the condition exists, but I called it something else instead of despaired for some reason.
Despondent?
It could be.
Disillusioned?
I wanted to call it unmanned because that's like a cool old medieval word. Like to be unmanned means, but it's like, it's so like kind of gender-ish.
Yes, because
It's
does that mean the female characters are immune to being unmanned?
It could be unwomaned, I guess. Let's see. Dang, what is it? All right. Oh yes, that's per the stun condition. So so Eric, yeah, you were you could take 1 action per round, and you're -2 to your defenses and all die rolls. So you can still do something, but you're just like just out of it.
Okay.
And it continues to move as if still not noticing you. It walks within maybe 4 yards of you, heading back into the forest. And when it does so, Khan, you actually start sensing something else approaching. And you can see coming out of the trees, looks like a second one of these Shadow-wraiths as the other one retreats back. And they seem to talk to each other very briefly. But you don't speak Shi, so I won't say it.
No.
You can hear them this kind of Isamatara Tilindun Makarak. And the other is almost like they're tag teaming.
Right. Is it
I'm probably out of range. I probably can't hear that in Shi.
You can make a perception check, maybe. Deal
I'm 30 feet away, but yeah, all right, let me
hearing specialty.
All right. What is
So
perception?
30 feet would
rarity?
be DL 15 actually, because it's half the footage.
Footage. 23. I hear it.
Yeah, so you heard the one say, I'm nearly spent. You deal with these. And the other one says, I will be glad, my lord. And it like another one comes out.
My lord.
Yeah, it's like he called him and it's still their turn. So the second one actually in game terms does appear. starts to glide out of the forest. And
Was
this
that a
one,
second resolve roll?
this one's not quite close enough to you yet, but he's rolling perception to see if he notices you, Con. He does not. Then he walks within about 6 yards of you. The new one. So that's another resolve roll. Do you guys see the other Shadow Wraith I put out here? Did it show
No,
up?
oh, now I do. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Hopefully that succeeds.
Oh, I didn't. What is it?
19.
18.
Oh, man. So close.
Oh, 18.
No, you overcame it. 18. Yep. Yep. No, you're not any more depressed than you were.
Yay.
But not any less. It glides by, still not seeing you, as if perhaps they have some mortal senses instead of automatically sensing life. And he starts to, let's see, what's his mobility? It starts to glide fairly fast towards the Hethelian 30. Oh yeah, if it running, sort of gliding fast, it gets right up to Hethelian, but will not be able to attack this round unless it has rushing attack, which I will check. And it, oh dear, does not. So it spends all that time engaging with you, and that is not quite quick or skilled enough to get a strike in yet.
She is quite
And
lovely. I wouldn't imagine why it would want to engage with her.
she is. And Sildorian is next. He was mounted. Did I put a horse for him? I don't know. So he will, he pulls out his crossbow. He's got this kind of cool blackwood crossbow. Takes an action to load it and then fires it. Doesn't seem to really care if he hits Athelian. At least that's kind of the body language he puts on. The bolt
Whatever.
does seem to like technically strike the form, but didn't really seem to do anything to it. It did not appear to be a silver tipped or cold iron tipped bolt. And oh wait, actually this. Hold on, I gotta look at his character sheet. I think he actually does have cold iron or silver, and he would actually know. Nope. All right, so he does not. What a fool.
What a wool. Sorry. Do that all the time.
I just do that all the time. I hate it. I hate myself for it.
I can't resist. I switch opening vowels, consonants all the time.
All right, back to Con. Eric.
So I can only do one thing, right?
Yep. So you can shake this condition somehow.
So I'm not close enough to this guy to attack him, correct?
I
would have to move in that. Oh, he went that far. Okay.
Yeah, the wounded one is right at the edge of the woods. I know it doesn't read well on the map because I haven't really pulled out details in it yet, but
Okay.
that he's about that distance, so he's not that far.
Okay.
But he's right,
But I would only be able to move to him. I wouldn't be able to attack him.
right, unless you have a ranged weapon or something.
So I'm going to move stealth, and I'm going to go basically to here, away from him, and see if I can get away from some of this despair sensation.
Okay. Cool.
And I'm going to do that under stealth again,
Okay.
so I can maintain my secrecy.
So it's at -2 because of the despair.
Yeah. Oof.
Ooh.
If still within the sphere when the effects wear off, the creature must still. Okay, so yes, when you move there, it does give you another resolve roll to kick it.
Oh, good. But I didn't do it very stealthily. I only got a 10.
Oh, -2 from a natural one. So if it's so not a crit failure, but very close. But definitely a failure. So the one that engaged with Athelian, suddenly you see its wraith-like head. It's kind of like in this black cloak and hood, and you see what used to be its head, its face kind of whip around and like, something's behind me.
Yeah.
You are a traitor, Eluna Sidhe. You will die first. It says in she, right to Athelian.
Bring it. Oh, sorry. That's
So I'm going to do my resolve roll to see if I can shake it.
The costume falls off of it, and a little child runs into the trees.
So I didn't shake the first resolve when I beat the last resolve, correct?
You just had the one effect. So
Right, but when the other guy got within 6 of me, I rolled resolve again and I passed it. So would
Right.
that have shaken the whole thing or no?
no, you still have to. Once you moved where you did, you get another resolve roll.
Well, no, what I'm saying is the first one came within range. I failed and got despaired. Then the second one came into range. I had to roll again, and I beat that one, but I stayed despaired
from the first one. Yes.
from the first one. Okay, so
Yeah.
now I moved away from the first one. I'm gonna roll again to break it,
Right.
or hopefully break it, and not.
So
Oi.
you're still shaking. You have this horrible feeling of melancholy. All right. I forgot to tell the she characters, you guys had a -2 penalty to its despairing aura because of your deep connection to the history of the Shadow-wraiths and the Shadowlands, but you guys made it anyway by a long time, so it didn't matter. Cool. All right. That was Khan, right? So Blue Star.
It's
Question.
the
I don't
bard.
think-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask: is your bardic inspiration still continuing?
it doesn't until the top of her next turn, unless she renews it.
Yeah.
So.
I have a question. Does cure ailment, does that count for despair? Or is that just for poison and like
I think it's physical things. Yeah. So you think a spell called Aura of Majesty would work? But I don't know if you have that. Yeah, you're pretty
No,
sure it's just physical effects.
okay. Good to know.
Poisons, diseases, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay. I am going to send. I'm going to send Midnight to charge at the wraith that's on Ithelian.
Okay.
That-
If he's trained to attack, he definitely follows your command.
And I will keep up Battle Muse. So.
Cool. Okay. So that's another stamina point. I think it's a stamina point every round you use it.
Mhm.
And you can choose to re-roll performance, or you can keep the same roll. The reason you have that, because you could get if you get a 20, it has an extra effect.
I'll re-roll.
Okay. Might as well, as you're pretty good at it.
Tiger.
Tiger.
There's a tiger behind me.
Dire. All right. Well, you get +1 to defense and attack rolls. Everybody this round. Everybody within what was the shoot? What was the range?
It's
10
15,
yards.
wasn't it? Oh, it's 10 yards.
5
Yeah.
miles.
5 miles. I think it's everybody, but maybe Con. So yeah. All right. So another round of that. Do you want to roll for Midnight's attacks, or do you want me to? He gets
You
a
have
bite.
the stats, I think, so maybe you should.
I'll do it then. Okay. He's got a bite and a claw attack. So his massive, we've all seen how big bear claws are, especially living here.
Both his teeth and claws are silver tipped, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. One's
Yeah.
cold iron, the other silver. So
Yeah.
claw comes down like claw rips into the fabric of this thing, and it does seem to do something to it, but not nearly as much as you would have thought. But it did seem to rip away some of the fabric of its being, or kind of cause it to flicker and fade a little more gray. So it did a little something to it, and then he bites at it. Doesn't seem to like this. Like, you could tell Blue Star, like, he's a little freaked out about this thing, about its essence. Maybe he feels the coldness or the despair, but he's still doing what you said. His bite misses, and he also has to make a resolve roll too. It can affect him also.
Not the bear.
Okay, so yeah,
Sad teddy bear.
he he looks very mopey all of a sudden. I'll just. Yep.
If I scratch him behind his ears, does that help?
You could spend an action to do that. So, speaking of your actions, Athelion is next.
Well, I will, as this was happening, I will break out a second silver-plated arrow and knock for my double arrow shot, and I have close quarters archery, so it doesn't matter that they're close. So I'm
Nice.
gonna double arrow shot, silver shot this bugger.
Sweet.
Point blank,
that-
right in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do I roll twice, or is it one roll for both arrows? I forget.
It's you roll twice. Both are at -2.
Both are at
You're having either quick shot it or you're shooting 2 off the same string.
But is it then -1 because of the bardic inspiration?
Yeah, I'm just saying it's
Okay.
-2 on top of whatever you've got going
Okay,
on as
all
far
right.
as
So, all
bonus.
right. Here we
Yeah.
go. Here comes the first shot.
So,
19.
ooh, are these both silver also?
Yes, these are my
'Cause
last two.
You have
silver
3 of
things.
them, I think, right?
Yep, I have 3, so this will be the second and third.
That will hit. And this being silver, it rips into it pretty good for 5 points of damage with your armor piercing.
Shot 2 is a 27.
Oh, and the second arrow rips all the way through it and it completely vanishes. It's like, and you notice immediately in the area the air feels better. It's not as heavy, and midnight breaks out of his melancholy immediately. Oh, as does Khan. Well, no, Khan was affected by the other one.
Oh,
Nice, you destroyed that one.
sweet. And that take both both. Yeah, it was 2 stamina to do the double shot. So let me adjust that.
Yeah, nice.
Well spent stamina.
Yeah, the silver tipped arrows were nice.
Yeah.
So it would be their turn, but one of them is destroyed, and the other one is like vanished into the forest. So unless you guys want to go after it, it looks to be all quiet and done here, probably.
I'm going to keep trying to shake off this despair because it doesn't settle well with me. I'm getting more agitated as a feral being to have this weird sensation over me that I don't want to do anything. So I'm just going to kind of be, it's going to look like I'm having a psychotic break. I'm just, in the grass, just trying to break myself out of it. So,
right. Yeah. You get another roll.
nope.
And it still has a hold of you.
I would sensing that I would go after, like, if I would see if I can find the other one, so maybe walk the direction of where he went off.
Okay. Edge of the trees over here. You start to head
Do I-
that way. Make
Yeah.
a perception roll if you want. I assume you're scanning the forest with your
Yes.
with your elf eyes. What your elf eyes see?
Where is it? There it is. Here it comes. 23.
Okay, you can still see a black wraith-like presence with that fairly large, not a great sword, but like a 2-headed long sword, a bastard sword. Still kind of back in the trees, just peering around like this really thick, wide black tree, as if almost it might be attached to it somehow.
Then if I can see it, I would
Seems to
break
be
out.
staring right at you
All right.
from around.
I
This
have
tree.
a cold iron tipped arrow that I will break out, and I will shoot. Can I shoot at it?
As you knock it, it suddenly says in she, "A truce, my lady. Perhaps I have mistaken. I yield to you. Go on and exist."
I'm going to shoot anyway.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
If you knew the lore about these things in the she, it would make sense. Oh,
I'm gonna luck that.
all right. To re-roll, I assume, with a.
Yep. Yes. Definite reroll. Much better. 21.
So how much luck do you have left now?
Let
4,
me see.
5.
I I have one left.
Okay.
I must
that's
have
right,
used some. I must have used some in the last.
that last adventuring party you're with. I think I recall you using a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, good use. So the arrow, he's got +2 cover bonus from the tree, but still, it still manages to 5 points of damage, and his arrow goes ripping into his. That wasn't silver though, was it?
That was cold iron tipped.
Oh, it was a cold iron one, and it is gone. Another one destroyed. Jeez, you had silver and cold iron. I forgot.
My next actions will be to try to find them all, see if I can get them.
See if you can gather. Oh, so when he like when the arrow strikes and it's like completely expulsed out of existence, you can see his sword actually clings to the ground. It is still it is a material thing that he was wielding.
Does that mean I'm no longer despaired?
Yeah, and you now feel like this great light has come upon you. This great burden has been lifted.
Thank God.
So do y'all leave this sword there, or does anybody want to get it, or do you trust
I
it?
will shout back. I mean, does it look like? I mean, I'm fairly tall. I'm not strong, but does it look like Hithelian could carry it back to the group?
Oh, you could definitely carry it. I don't know if you have. What's your physique? What's your?
I think
it's just like a double.
2. Oh, I've got a physique of 2. I thought.
Oh yeah, you're very wiry, very strong. Oh yeah, you could wield this thing with fair ease if you wanted to.
Well, then I will pick it up, and as I'm going to pick it up, I will look for that last cold iron tipped arrow that I shot. See if I find it where that being was.
You're gonna look for your arrows. All right.
Yes. Would that be perception roll?
I'm just gonna roll a recovery roll. Oh, you find find all of them, and none of them are broken. Nice.
Khan slinks his way back over to Blue Star and is seeking a little bit of comfort, seeing as he bonded well with her originally. She didn't want to kill him right out of the gate, so that made him feel a little more trusting towards her. But now that he's got this despair gone, he's like a cat that was not too happy with things going on, comes over to the one comfort spot and kind of sits down on the ground next to her while Hithelian goes wandering around looking for arrows.
Come on. Did it have an effect on you?
Ugh, felt terrible.
And she will attempt to just like place her hand. If he lets her, she'll put a hand on his shoulder and try
for a second he twitches, but then he just lets it happen.
Like, they're dead now, so you have nothing to worry about.
Don't like. Don't like
head on my shoulder.
Midnight kind of brushes up against you, slightly jealous. Blue Star.
She puts her other hand on him and just gently pets them both.
It's over, guys. It's over.
Oops.
You did very good, both of you.
It's about the time Hithelian probably finds the third arrow.
Yeah, and I'm bringing the sword back to the group. So.
Okay. I think I told you wrong what type of sword it is. Yeah. Oh, it's a lot smaller than you thought. It's a short sword.
Oh.
It looked massive in its hands. Darn force perspective.
Yes.
But it's a
short sword.
It's a short sword. It looks a little rusty and old, but you could tell like it was once like beautifully crafted. Slightly curved. It has kind of elven designs on it, she designs.
I might decide to keep my saber then, but I'll bring it back and ask if anyone wants it or if we want to take it to possibly sell later.
It's the boon you've got in there.
What's that?
The sword. It looks nice.
Would you like it?
I would not touch it.
I am not very good with that kind of thing.
I would go easy if I were you, my friends, says Sildorian.
Come
You
again?
think this?
Be careful of the blade. I was going to say don't touch it, but it seems to be too late.
What's wrong with it?
It could be tainted or corrupted. I do not know for sure.
Should we? I'm fine leaving it if no one wants it.
It does appear to be she-made.
We could always sell it too. Or if someone feels comfortable
Does
selling it.
It's
Does
probably
look
very
good.
old.
look good. Blade look good. Blade look good.
It's a little rusty, as you see, but might be cleaned up.
No see.
Ah, yes.
No see. But
I would,
Some rust.
and I pull out my short sword that is not being used. Better than is better.
I would look at both. Do I have a crafting skill? Not really. I mean, I don't know what I would do, Mike, but I would compare them both and see what.
okay, yeah, it'd be crafting if you're really trying to make an assessment. They look different in game terms. They're both short swords, but in detail, one's a gladius. It's like a Silenthian short sword, his,
Mm-hmm.
and the one you just found is kind of a very, very more elegant short sword. Not quite as broad, but
I am not skilled at this, but from what I see, let me roll and see what I find out. Probably not much with an 8.
yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, obviously the sword you just found a little like more rust on it, but it looks like maybe at one point it was better than Khan's short sword. But again, hard to tell.
I hold now. We ask later.
Very
Very
well.
well, my friends, you've been warned.
Can I make a perception check to see if the wraith left any other kind of remainders?
Okay. Yeah,
It's
just
weird, but
in this area, or do you go into the wooded area where Athelion came out of?
What about the one that died in front of Hithalion? Did it drop anything? Was it carrying anything?
that's
No.
where I was gonna.
It
oh,
actually didn't even have a. It was apparently using like its claw, like its long nails or whatever.
Yeah, I'll go check in the forest since
Okay.
just
Yes.
to see if
So as
anything
you enter, it's a copse of trees, but not far into it. And Athelia kind of remembers that tree behind you, Madison. Like there's a tree that looks very much like that. That's why I was talking about the forest background that you have would be really cool. That seems to be, that tree also seems kind of black and blighted and twisted, like it should be dead, but it's still very much alive. And that seems to be kind of the middle of this copse of trees. I keep saying copse, I think it's copse. So you can make a perception roll to search
Yeah.
if you want. Nothing comes to mind immediately. All right, but even though it's only a 13, you do find some other trinkets kind of scattered around some bones in the tree that are stuck, like there's a big hole in the tree with like a skull in it, which is kind of creepy. And then under the skull, you see some coins, and it looks like it looks like some bronze pieces, a silver coin. There might even be a gold piece in there. In addition, it also looks to be a wait, is this the right? Oh, sorry. Never mind. Hold on. I'm actually looking at what Sildorian's things are.
Ah,
Never mind. You didn't hear any of that.
So wait, he has a skull?
It's about to, well, the skull thing is there. Yeah, so I almost said the whole thing. I was about to say, you see the thing that you were missing a few days ago? All right, so hold on. Let me go back to Shadow-wraiths. Dang it. Oh, man. All right, so, right. All right, so you look in the nook of a tree. There's a skull and some bones kind of tucked in there. And then underneath, like I said, okay, so there were coins. Looks like some silver and bronze. And do you want to dig around?
Yeah.
As you dig around, you find this strange ingot, like a bar, like, how in the other campaign you found the gold bars, your character. This looks like a smaller bar of something that's kind of silver blue, some kind of metal.
Ooh,
Totally metal.
I take it all.
Heavy metal.
All right. Yeah. Heavy metal. Okay. Madison, because you're she, you can make a. Do you want to make a crafting a lore roll on that ingot, or are you just gonna stuff it and just kind of walk out?
I will do a lore roll.
Okay. All right.
Which will not result into anything because it was an 8.
Okay. Yeah, you're not really like.
She still takes it with her.
Okay, it's pretty. It's kind of cool. It's hard to tell what the heck
It's
it is.
shiny.
Shines
Like,
precious.
and it's the color of my eyes, so I'm gonna take it with me.
Yeah, it's like a silvery blue. You return. Do you tell them about it, or you're just going to keep it?
Oh
all-
yeah, I tell everyone. Found this.
Okay.
Planes. I don't know if anyone wants them. But
What this?
it's some sort
I
of.
will can I lay them on the ground like the sword and the ingots? And I always forget what it's called in SK, but detect magic on
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, sense magic, detect magic, same
Sense
thing.
magic, yeah.
Yeah, you could do it. Yeah, it costs a stamina point
Okay.
unless you're touching everything in turn.
I've already touched the sword, so I'd go ahead and touch the ingot too.
Okay.
She sucked, so I would do touch for both.
Okay. So that didn't cost you any stamina, and the deal's lower, but you always risk a cast, so whichever could happen.
Yeah. So should I do 2 rolls, one for each?
Yeah. So what are you doing on first? That little ingot or bar of silvery blue stuff.
I'm starting with the
something
sword. The sword
yeah.
first.
Yeah. Okay. So magical arts roll for that.
13.
13. So for touching, that succeeds. You do not sense any magical auras with the sword, though.
Okay, and then I will touch the ingot and roll a crappy crap.
A potential critical failure, but it's not because you only failed by 5. Natural 1.
Okay.
You don't. Hard to tell. You don't sense anything, but.
Now that I'm seeing it, can I do like a lore on it to see if I know anything about it as I look at it?
Yeah.
All right, that would be an 11.
Okay. You think this, because you're a Luna She, so it makes even more sense. You think this is Sildaril, which in She means star metal. It's a highly coveted metal that only the She seem to know how to work, although in some Duergar might know the secrets of it.
I will say that to Blue Star, especially in well, I guess the other guy speaks She too, so there's no way. But I'll tell him.
Yeah, he's kind of
Star
staring at it. Sildorian.
This seems to be a metal our kind like to work. I think we should definitely keep this one.
Sounds good to me. I just found it in some tree, so.
You found it in that copse of trees.
Mhm.
That's where the race came out of.
Maybe they
Can
were.
it be used to transcend the realms?
Was there anything else? No, I think this is Sildaril, which means, as you know, star metal.
Yes.
It's the most precious metal that mortals and She know how to forge.
We will take it with us.
Can make great weapons out of it, great blades.
You found it, Blue Star, so it is yours to do with as you please, obviously.
Oh, are you sure? It seems like some of you other guys would have more use for it, but okay.
If you do not wish it, I will be glad to take it.
We shall take it with us where we're going. We might find use for it.
Yeah, I'll carry it for now. Maybe it could find some use later on.
So be it. Do you think it is worth us search the rest of the forest?
You want to search the rest of the forest, Dorian?
Do you feel like there was anything else there?
I didn't see anything while I was in there, but there could always be more. Either of the star metal or wraiths.
The Shadow-wraiths came out of the wood. Interesting. I wish I knew more about them. They are attached to the land itself, some say, and sometimes even to certain trees.
Well, this one had this weird skull on it. It was like a skull on a tree.
Are you aware
Interesting.
if we were to remove that skull symbol from the tree, would that prevent further wraiths from appearing?
I hadn't even thought of that.
It is possible. Was the skull in some way decorated in sigils or in any way mystical?
I didn't notice. I
To
just
tell.
thought, oh. And then I stuck my hand in.
Hmm.
Perhaps we should look before we carry on.
That sounds like a good idea.
And then I bring them all to where I found it.
I suppose. Let us not tarry long. Night is coming. And by the way, it's already getting pretty dark. Although all of you see in the dark. Shinari
except for to the Chinari. Even though by race I can.
You do, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
what you see a little bit of,
Yeah, I see shadows and light and dark. That's what I see.
Oh.
Shapes and shadows. That's about it.
So Sildorian seems a little spooked by it all, but you can talk him into going to search briefly.
Dorian, you can't possibly be scared of just a little forest.
I'm the knight of the shadows. There's little I fear. But what I do fear is wraiths in their own territory at night.
Yes, let's do a perfunctory search and get on our way.
So be it. And once you said that he thought he was possibly afraid, it seems to kind of put a little skip in his step. And he goes in like, no, I'm not afraid. So do y'all want to search some more then in here? It's getting darker, obviously. The trees, there's a lot to this little copse of trees. It's like a...
Well, maybe we could do something about that skull in the tree.
Yeah.
Let's study that, see if we can prevent the wraiths from coming back if it's attached to them.
Yeah, there's other bones as well, but it's primarily the skull. And then as you search around, Sildorian finds another skull under some leaves and like crumbling branches, and he kind of holds it out. He looks a little depressed. It looks like the skull of a child. It's like a very small, whether it was a she child or a human child, it's kind of hard to tell. But
No, the first skull wasn't carved into the tree. It was
it's just literally a skull that's been fairly sun bleached and kind of stuck into the nook in the tree, and then there were the coins and the ingots underneath.
I say we take these two skulls out from the tree, away from the tree, and bury them, and then we be on our way.
I
So be
agree.
it. Perhaps the wraiths are attached to these skulls. I did find a few other skulls too, but they were the skulls of birds and squirrels. Perhaps creatures that died in their presence. I know not.
Yes. Well, if we don't find anything else, I say we bury these and head out.
As the way humans do, give it to the earth. So be it. So he obviously, that's probably not a typical dark sheep custom, but he kind of goes along with it. And so you bring out this. Oh, by the way, the coins. Did you take the coins, Madison?
Yes. I
There
showed
were-
it to everyone too.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't give you a count. I think 17 bronze pieces or copper pieces, same thing. And 17 bronze, and there were 6 silver pieces. So tucked in the
42
top
gold.
there. Yeah. Oh, and 42 gold. Yep.
Oh, cool. Yes, I love it.
All right, good. We can retire. Good day. Session over. So you bury any kind of particular sort of ritual. You just kind of bury them and maybe meditate on the.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not familiar. I would just probably say something to the earth, and
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would join her to say a prayer to
The Eluna Quale.
Eluna Quale,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
also Eluna Doll
Oh,
to
yeah.
also respect Dorian's faith as well.
So Sildorian kind of is quiet during this whole process. Never closes his eyes. He always kind of keeps aware. Very quiet and respectful as you bury it. And yeah, he doesn't say anything out loud. Probably he's kind of praying in his head, so to speak. But so, yeah. And y'all probably do this for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes?
yeah, don't need
Cool.
to bury him deep.
Okay. Nothing seems to change feeling wise or whatever. Maybe it makes you feel better, but temporarily speaking, it all seems kind of the same. It's now completely dark. One moon is pretty close to full as the two twin moons begin to rise, and one is about half waning. And the skies are the moons are just kind of a smear in the sky tonight. It's pretty overcast. So do y'all want to camp here? Silendor wants to move further away from here.
Yeah, perhaps we travel an hour or two into the darkness and away from here.
I agree.
Yes, we leave. We go. We go.
Very well. Let us go. Let us not tarry. Gets back on his horse, and I guess you guys head off, and Midnight kind of lumbering behind. And he goes.
Khan continues to skulk along, just offside from everybody, so he's not in the actual riding party, but he's staying just off to the side.
Since you're doing that, you can see that Midnight has sneaked back to the burial site and is like digging up all the bones. No, I'm kidding. So, he's become a dog, apparently.
Yeah.
It's like, hmm? So
He comes back with one of the skulls in his mouth.
Just like he rolls it to you like he wants to play fetch or something. No, sacred. What are you doing? So you travel about a mile, or maybe a whole league, which is 3 miles, something like that, maybe.
Probably, yeah. Whatever might be like an hour away, that'd probably be about 3 miles.
Yeah, at this speed, 3-4 miles. So, okay. Do y'all look for any place to camp in particular, or just wherever?
Covered and defensible, maybe?
Yeah, so it'd be a survival check to find something like that. Silendor's helping you, so you got a +1 bonus.
Okay, here comes. A 20, but not a natural 20.
Cool.
A modified 20.
Yeah. So Athelion, with Silendor's help, you actually find a pretty much as you wanted. You even find some fresh water as well. There's a small stream kind of flowing through a very tiny copse of trees that you can kind of tie the horse up into, and there's even like enough of a clearing for Silendor to pitch his small tent.
Khan searches around for a thick or low bush that he can basically crawl under or into.
Okay.
To bed down in.
Oh yeah, you could easily find that here. The water is kind of trickling right near you. Sounds pretty good, actually. And Silendor says, so I imagine we will need to keep watches during the night. I do not know if you know, Chernari, but our people, we do not sleep, but we must rest. We only need about 5 or 6 hours of it.
I sleep.
So perhaps if you sleep the entire night, the 3 of us could perhaps overlap.
I take morning.
As you wish. Perhaps we could double watches.
I'm light sleeper, so.
Oh yeah, you only need 6 hours as well.
Yeah, well, technically I need 8.
Oh yeah, because
as a light sleeper, because Chernari is 12 otherwise.
Requires 2 more hours. So you guys could almost like double up on watches if you wanted to.
Yeah. But I'll take morning.
Okay. So Dorian likes like the early part.
Yeah, I like being up just before sunrise.
I'm fine taking first watch.
I will take the watch with you, Hethelian. Blue Star, would you mind taking the watch with our Chernari friend?
Sure.
When we are done, you will see the moons rise tonight.
It'll be quite lovely.
The blessing in the Eluna Dole and the Eluna Quale. Every day is a blessing, as is every night.
Indeed.
Yes.
And all right. So eventually y'all go to your sleep with the first 2 people on watch. And what?
I will. Can I cast a conjure water just for us to have something to drink? Well,
like I said, there's a stream running nearby.
Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, sure, but you do have a little bit of a.
If there's a stream.
Yeah, it's like kind of running. It's like 5 yards away from you guys. It's kind of nice. In fact, you see Midnight already splashing around in it, and
Khan sleeping in a bush next to it.
Khan's trying to sleep. The bear's like throwing fish out, and fish keep hitting Khan in the face. It's just it's a whole comedy routine.
Khan deftly slips one of the fish under behind him so that Midnight doesn't see it. He's like, "Oh, fish. Okay, I'm gonna save that one for later." All right.
Sleight of hand, which
Exactly.
you're probably like +11 at or something.
Hey, you want me to roll it?
Are you really? I was actually kind of kidding, but he is playing in the woods, so he might actually.
There you go. Sleight of handed it.
Okay. Yeah, he's actually got 2 fish, and you managed to grab one and like hide it. And you can even tell, even though you're blind, but you can tell by the movements. He's just kind of like. You can almost tell he knows that there was supposed to be a second one, and he's kind of like looking around. But then he gets distracted and goes back to fishing again. He'll eventually probably smell it on you. But
Well, I'm gonna nibble at it a little bit before bed. I'm gonna go ahead and eat it.
Rolling, riddling.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you're.
I'm a Chinari.
Oh yeah, it's pretty tasty.
Yum yum.
They're small salmon, so or small trout. So you do that. Midnight never really catches on. Eventually, he gets so tired that he just kind of like crashes, and apparently has forgotten that the fish is gone or doesn't care. And other than that, not too much happens for the first part of the night, other than those antics. And interesting. During the second watch, that's what Blue Star and Khan.
Yeah, second watch us.
Turn. So, I hear a Torben, or I hear a Nisha.
Yeah.
Nisha.
She was just stopping by to see what's going on.
Either that or Torben has mastered language very quickly.
Yeah, not quite yet. Not quite yet, but he's getting there. He's getting there.
He seems pretty smart.
He is. He's doing a lot of really cool things.
I keep looking at the pictures on Facebook, and I'm like, what is such a cool kid?
Yeah. It's going to be great. I mean, what was really cool was for Christmas, the foster company or the community, whatever, gets people to donate Christmas gifts.
Oh.
And they ask us what we wanted, and we put a list of books, and they got us the children's D&D books for him, which is awesome.
Oh, cool! I've seen those.
Yeah, like D&D 1, 2, 3, and
Yeah, it's
D&D
like
ABC.
A is for
adventurer.
B is for right.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So
M is for
he's going to be a gamer early on.
Oh no!
I can't wait to get him his first really large D20 so that he can't swallow it.
And so that dad gets to use it. I mean, so he doesn't swallow it.
Yeah, so he doesn't swallow it.
All right. So the second part of the night, the only thing that happens is it kind of gets windy and it starts to rain and get kind of cold during the rest of the night.
I pull my hood up.
Slightly annoying. All right. It's not so cold where you have to make an endurance roll, but it is kind of annoying. Sildorian's in this little one-man tent, and with his horse tied to one of the stakes. And yes, he doesn't seem to ask Blue Star if he wants. He either that doesn't exist in Dark Sidhe culture, or he just doesn't care. But, so he seems to have no guilt with like sleeping in his comfy tent while everybody else is out in the rain. Other than that, not much happens. The sun rises on a kind of a wet day that's still a little cooler than it had been. It's early spring, so there's still a tendency in this part of the world for winter to show up a couple late times or two. And all right, so what do y'all do? Wake up and travel on, I suppose.
Break the fast and travel on.
Okay, y'all have rations, I think, right?
I finished the other part of the fish.
Okay.
If midnight,
Khan's already had his breakfast.
yeah, if Midnight was, how much fish did Midnight find? Just the one for himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
He still keeps walking around like he's looking for something.
Okay. I'll walk around with him, try to get some breakfast. She's very uncoordinated though, so I don't think that she'll be the one catching fish.
So unless he's trained to hunt, I mean, he's just kind of been doing it on his own.
Yeah.
if that's one of his tricks that you trained him. But so he finally kind of gets a clue, and he's like fishing around, but he doesn't have much luck for the first part of the morning. Sildorian's already like breaking his tent down and packing it on the horse.
Can I look for like some like berries or something?
Yeah, it'd be survival skill roll, foraging specialty if you happen to have that.
I'll help her if that gives you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and if Midnight helps you, he gives you a +1 bonus. Blue Star. And then Hethelian's helping you too.
I'll roll.
So the PC wise, both of you guys can roll, and then the bear gives +1 bonus to the highest roll. It's a teamwork thing. You get to take the highest. 22.
Rolled
Oh.
twice.
Wait. Oh, you rolled twice.
Yeah, because the first one it wasn't registering for whatever.
Okay. So we have to take the first one. But Athelian, so Blue Star's poking around, like not much luck. Athelian's like, look, dear, right above you, there's berries hanging down.
Right under your nose.
I can't find any.
Leave the wild onions alone and get the good stuff. It's right above you.
You start picking like deadly mushrooms. Like, oh, these look nice. I like this weird yellow color.
Yeah.
Those are nice to make poisons with.
Yeah, and make an herbalism check. So no, let's see, Athelian, with your help and the bears, so 16. So that's enough to, that's everybody to what you need. So that's enough to get 2 days worth for one person. So for the whole party, that's probably like a day's worth of.
Yeah.
It's berries and some wild onions that you found.
Wild onions. That's going to make for good kissing.
I did plan to make out with you, Khan, but still.
It seems like it would go well with fish, but you know.
Right.
Hey.
But you have, yeah, so you have enough. If you share it with everyone, I don't know if that's what your intent is. That's about a day's worth of food.
I'm really not.
I mean,
I'm not paying attention to what they're all doing. I'm just kind of hanging out near Sildorian to, wait till start leaving.
He's pretty quiet. The only thing you see him do is he takes a whetstone to his blades. He's got a lot of so more than you thought. He's got this long sword, and then at some point he's got a dagger, and then another dagger from his boot, and then he sharpens his. He's very meticulous with particularly his bladed weapons.
Khan, seeing this, sits down, pulls out his own whetstone, and starts sharpening his mastercraft blade.
Sildorian seems to notice at some point, and the silence finally breaks. It's a fine blade, my friend, if I might say so.
Good blade. Keep me alive.
Is my Brithian good enough for you to understand?
Understand little.
I understand you well enough, I suppose. Where did you get that sword, might I ask?
You mean the dagger?
I thought you were short sword. No,
No.
yeah.
It's a mastercrafted dagger.
Oh no, he doesn't ask you that because he knows where it came from.
No. They gave me an exceptional dagger. They gave me the exceptional elven dagger. This one is a mastercrafted dagger from Larenthia.
It's a beautiful blade. May I ask its origins?
Old owner. Gladiator. Fight arena.
So you won it in battle?
Yes.
I've heard tales of this empire you speak of. They have these blood sports, my people would call them.
Yes, I fought. I live.
Very strange. Well done.
Yes.
Where I'm from in Lithilor, when we fight, seldom for sport.
Yes.
So occasionally we might duel.
Well, I not choose to fight. Sports for people watching.
You will slay.
Survival for people in fight.
So you fought for their amusement, a blood sport, as I have said.
Yeah. Yes.
Interesting.
I survive.
Interesting. Well, I do thank you and your friends for undertaking this journey with me. Obviously,
I
we
go
cannot do it alone because something has prevented us.
I go with them. They nice.
Well then, and he kind of leaves awkwardly and starts feeding his horse.
And Khan keeps sharpening his blade.
He's got his
Well, then
long
we'll probably
silver
be
hair
back.
kind of tied behind him,
Oh.
kind of Witcher style. So
We'll
what?
be back by then from our foraging, so we can head out.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Indeed. Find anything edible?
We go.
Yes, I'll show the berries and wild onions. Are you hungry?
Not for those. But I thank you.
Don't like berries, Sir Dorian.
I don't like the red ones there.
You don't like the red ones.
Well,
Have you ever tried the red ones?
if they're what I think they are, you will be sitting at a crouch for several hours per day for about 2 or 3 days. But the yellow ones, I think those are safe.
Red ones are shit berries. Yes.
Perhaps you might call it that.
Well, you never know. We might need them later on.
Perhaps if I knew anything of herbalism, I could make a poison out of it.
I will set them aside from the edible berries in case we use them later.
Laxative. Yes.
I do not know, yes. I suppose. The yellow ones are what we call muscadines. They're quite lovely, actually.
Would you like some?
Perhaps on the journey. I do thank you. I do have dried food, though. Shall we?
Yes.
Yes.
Awkward. Woo.
And you head on. And
I fill my water skin before we leave.
yes, anybody wants to wash their faces off or water skin, you've got a nice stream here of presumably fresh water.
Fresh enough.
Oh, tidy.
Until you realize you look to your left and just 20 feet away is like this town and you're downriver of it. Just never knew until.
I thought you were going to say you look over and midnight is relieving himself in the upstream of you.
Well, that too, but the town is also there.
Something is. Oh my God!
Good
It's a
God.
bit nutty.
Well, lots of corn in it for some reason.
I think midnight would eat the corn.
Apologies to
dear.
those at home if they're still with us. So, so you press
We
on.
digress.
Yes, we digress a lot.
All right, so the terrain is still mostly open and becoming even less forested. You still see the mountain range to your right. It looks like the mountains are getting like smaller and smaller as you go north.
Tall grasses.
Possibly getting away. Yeah, some of the grass is fairly tall. Weeds, very uncultivated area. Doesn't look like farmland. Looks like if anybody lives in this region, there's no signs of it. You're not even on a trail, really. Sildorian's taking you. Like yesterday, you were kind of on like some very minor like hunters trails or maybe animal paths, but today it's like really nothing of that. He's just kind of cutting cross country. it seems like.
Khan tries to stay within the scrub.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You've got good cover there. And this lasts most of the day, this kind of tall grass scrub for a while. It's also kind of like rolling hills a little bit. The weather finally towards midday kind of warms up a little bit more and it gets kind of clear again. The rain, the cold having sort of passed. And you press on. And
Pavilion, I think that would be
Yes.
a good duo. Have you ever considered being a bard?
I am somewhat skilled as a bard, yes.
You are.
Yes.
You should try joining the Emerald Harpers then.
Ah, but harp is not one of my musical skills currently, but
Oh, well, what do you play?
I just sing.
That's still good enough. Singing is very lovely, by the way.
Thank you.
there's magic in music, says Sildorian, trotting, just overhearing your conversation.
Agreed. It
This-
can heal or inspire, as we felt yesterday from Blue Star's magic.
That is true, but I also mean it literally. Some of my people, including, yes, indeed.
Yes, I know that.
We have a tale amongst our people that the Eluna Quale sang everything into being. The trees, the mountains, the rivers.
Ah, yes.
Animals, perhaps even men, but certainly the sheep. The Chinari, I do not know.
Perhaps they growled into
Sorry,
existence.
looking around for you, actually.
We know sing. That comes from the bushes.
Fair enough.
Never too late to learn.
She shouts out to like the grass.
No,
Bruce-
no sing.
Bruce-
No sing.
Blue Star, sing us a tale.
Very
But
well.
keep it low. I'm trying to keep my wits about me.
Very well. What would you like me to sing?
Not the one that you had me with several days ago. I do not know if I could bear the heartbreak of that one again.
All right. Well, this is a cheery bunch, so I don't think that we need a little sad song anyways. So,
I don't have a list of the songs.
There's some in the performance skill section, but
Sarcasm.
those are just examples. I mean, there's actually a lot more in the world, unless you want to improvise. Silkton.
I think I want to do. I don't have it in front of me, but I think I'm gonna do the Tipsy Mermaid, or the Tipsy whatever. Was it the Mermaid?
Yeah, the Tipsy Mermaid. That's like a tavern song. It's pretty well known by a lot of people. It's quite easy. It's only difficulty level 8 to perform.
I'm gonna do that.
It's often accompanied by the lute, and occasionally the flute too features a merfolk maiden who is inadvertently captured in a fishing net. The mortal fisherman tried to heal her minor wounds with a fermented brew, causing her to become drunken, wanton, and a little destructive. The people of the fishing village decided to send her back into the sea, but she wanted to stay with the fisherman and his brew. This little ditty takes only about 5 minutes to perform.
Well, with a 13, she will sing that.
Yep, you've done better, but you know, it's an easy song.
With her
Yeah.
time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a nice little tavern jaunt. To the she, it's over very quickly. You know, 5 minutes to a she is like maybe 30 seconds to a human, it seems like. But you could like put it on a repeat.
I'm just gonna do it on repeat.
You could do it like It's a Small World. It just keeps going over and over and drives everyone to insanity eventually.
It's the song that never ends.
Everyone gains the madness weakness at some point automatically.
Just that.
Start pulling out her hair.
That's great. I'm already feral. Why don't we just add madness to it? Woohoo!
So this goes on during the day as you stay in the brush. Blue Star plays several ditties, passing the time. Otherwise, it's pretty quiet. You don't really see any settlements. Maybe there's some far in the distance, but again, you get all the way till nightfall on the second day of the journey. And
As we look for place to camp, I'll ask how much farther do you think to the Standing Stones?
I suppose I should be more clear, Hethalian. We must travel through Greymore and the Shadowlands. We seek the Standing Stones in a place called Brithia, this language that I'm speaking. You are as well. It's a human kingdom, but it's not too far into the realm, so it should only be perhaps 4 or 5 more days' travel.
Dorian, I do have a question, if you don't mind me asking.
Of course.
What exactly do you intend to do with this Windstone?
So Talendar did not tell you, I suppose.
She really didn't elaborate.
So when we get to these stones, they have the power with my abilities as well to send us very quickly on what we call the dragon paths, or the fairy roads. Instant travel.
Oh. Well, that does sound quite useful.
And I'm hoping it will bring us out into another ring of stones on the island of which we spoke, the main island of the Emerald Islands. Somewhere in the kingdom of Fairland, I think it's called.
Oh, I've been there.
You've been there?
Yes, I actually trained as an Emerald Harper there.
Yes, of course. That's where they're based. Or at least they were in ancient times.
Mm-hmm.
I knew the Eluna Dole and the Eluna Quale have chosen you to come with me for a reason. And your companions, no doubt, by association.
Yes. Well, I don't get to do adventures like this often, so it's a pleasure.
I thank you for... Wait, hold. Did you hear that? So starting to get dark. Yeah, make perception skill rolls. Hearing specialty, Eric.
Big win there.
I hear
Woo!
them.
Star hears nothing but Sildorian droning on. Actually, he's stopped.
Mm.
And Ithelian hears the wind speaking sweet nothings. And
Yes, dear. Speak to me more.
yeah, of course, master. The call gets in 9. So Sildorian obviously already succeeded because that's how he reacted. And so, yeah, the only like when he says that, you all stop and get quiet, and you're like, most of you, except for Ithelian's like, okay, it's just, I just hear a little bit of wind. But Ithelian, you, yeah, you thought you heard like a footfall and maybe even like a little raspy voice.
Mm.
And you can look around because you guys can see, you have star sight. You see well in the dark. And that's high enough to actually kind of make out. It looks like, so where you heard the voice and the whisper and the footfall, you could see like a humanoid, possibly a second one near it. He's kind of behind some trees and some high weeds. I say he, maybe it's a she. But it's a humanoid, not very tall, like 4 feet, kind of thin. It looks like it may have pointed ears and kind of a pointed nose. It's got a little short bow, and it looks like it's talking to his companion, and it's looking right at you guys.
Can I hear the can I discern the language? I do speak Durgar if it happens to be Durgar.
No,
Okay.
doesn't seem to be. You can.
Guys,
You're not quite. You didn't roll quite. You can't quite pick out. Just hear the sibilance of the language.
Khan, knowing that everybody stopped to listen to something that may be of threat, drops immediately into stealth.
Okay.
I will point him, and I will go up to him and whisper, voices in this direction, and I will
Make a stealth check if you want, Eric.
I did. I didn't do very well.
Oh.
So you say that lowly, Lithilor?
Yeah, I whisper in his ear, and
Con drops
hoping
into a
he'll
crouch.
he'll go look at it or go investigate.
Sildorian's staring, and he just sits there frozen. I think I know what you mean. There's 3 or 4 or 5 of them. I think they're goblins.
Oh, very well then. And so
What? Wait, what?
she goes towards them and starts speaking in Goblin, and it's like, hello.
So you don't see them at first, but once they start talking about them and we're like head gesturing, you can kind of make them out.
Oh.
The trees.
Yeah, she'll shout, hello, can you hear us?
All right. Make a persuasion roll, Madison. So Ithelian, you could tell, it looks like they were just about, a couple of them had like little bowstrings they were pulling back until Blue Star goes, oh, hello. It may not stop them from doing that, but what did you get?
There.
Oh, 22.
Ooh.
Oh. So what language do you say that in, in case it
Goblin.
matters?
Goblin.
Oh, you speak Goblin, that's right. Yeah, they seem to be taken aback, and they kind of like lower their bow, and one actually slaps the arm of the other, and he's like,
Don't shit, she speaks our language. She's a pretty one, isn't it? Oh, I think she's ugly. Oh, I think she's pretty. Let's talk to her.
and they several of them start to kind of creep out of the trees, but they stay kind of close.
Oh, but I was right. You are a goblin.
Ask them what they want.
They come out. Sildorian looks less like his hand is resting on his favorite sword, like he's Like, yeah, he's got little patience for goblins, it looks like.
Gentlemen or ladies, I can't really tell from here.
They look very creeping.
We don't know either. Does it really matter? Does it? Maybe I'm both. So,
I guess it doesn't really matter. Anyways, what are you doing out here?
what you doing out here? 2, 3 she and a cat person.
We're on a quest. And you?
Well, this is our territory. We're out hunting, of course. It's nightfall. It's the best time, except for the bloody moon.
Oh, we're in your territory. I'm so sorry. I don't think any of us meant to do that.
No, it's all right. There's
Another one starts whispering something, and he's like,
Go, got it. Just shut up. I can take care of it. I can speak many languages. So the boss back in the trees wishes payment. If you come with us, we'll not rob the other people with you. How about that? It's a good idea. Shut up.
What kind of payment are you looking for?
We just want you to come with us. That's all it is to it.
For how long?
How long? She asked how long. Until the second moon is full, yeah.
That's a bit long, isn't it?
Well, it's not no time at all, really. Come on. You better come with me because the others want to start shooting and robbing people.
Okay. And she starts walking towards them.
okay. All right.
Blue Star, what are you doing? I was saying she, not obviously.
Yeah.
I don't speak.
So Dorian shouts out too. And,
Keep me captive or anything.
Eluna Seal, what? So you want?
They might have food.
I don't think goblins can be trusted.
Well, they didn't shoot at us.
They will try to trick you, and then I will be forced to slay all of them, says Sildorian.
Well,
Perhaps we should move on. If why are they here?
Well, this is their territory and they're hunting. So we kind of trespassed.
So as you say that, Blue Star, one tries to grab your wrist, not like too violently, but a little bit kind of greedy. Like, yeah, come with us.
I have an idea. Instead of just staying with you for payment, how about I perform a song for you guys? And then you can just let us be on our way?
They all look at each other and,
Yeah, what do you think, Dritz? Oh, I don't know. I think we asked Gratz about it all. No, I'm in charge right now. Don't you understand?
So make a persuasion roll, Blue Star. Since it's another thing.
20.
Oh,
Would they be considered semi-distracted by her, where I could get another stealth roll to try to move up around them? Or
Oh yeah, they're definitely.
So I'm going to try to and what it's not. I'm trying to get around to the side of them. Couldn't think of the word.
Like flank. Yeah.
That's the word. Thank you. I was thinking strafe for whatever reason. Like I'm not strafing them, flanking them.
As he
You
sneaks
could.
around, I'll say, I'm usually paid to sing and play my harp, but for you guys, since we did trespass, I'd do it for free.
Oh, good. Well, I have to pay you nothing then. We'd just like to. We'd like to hear you.
What'd you roll, Eric?
20.
Oh, okay.
Sneak
They
around.
don't seem to notice. Even though they're distracted, they do look suspicious. Like they keep looking mostly to Sildorian, a little bit to Thelian. You leave the area, and you can see one or two are kind of looking almost like where'd that other creature go, but they're not really saying anything about it.
Right.
Maybe
So I'm
they-
flanking them around to the left of where they are.
So Blue Star's up here. Yeah, and there's like 6 of them now. You notice that like a few more keep coming literally out of the woodwork. And then you see a 7th one come out. And the 7th one is all kind of like painted up in this weird kind of like war paint, like he's like camouflage. He's just kind of like, he looks really creepy. Creepier than the rest of them.
I can't really see that. Does he? You said he looks bigger than the rest of them?
No, he's actually probably a little smaller. He's just kind of all beat up and painted. Maybe he could be a shaman, maybe, or something.
Okay.
So where's your token? Where'd it go?
Over here by the bear, off to the side. Whew.
The bear. Okay, that's right. So that's fine because that's kind of the way you're headed, right?
Yep.
So you're probably like 10 yards away from them. They weren't really that far away. Do you want to come any closer?
Yeah, I want to kind of sneak around and kind of get to the side of them completely, like maybe down here.
So what's the Thalion doing? Just kind of watching?
I will casually, alertly wander up. So I don't like Blue Star being up with him by herself. So I will wander like halfway to her.
So Dorian kind of comes up with you. You can tell he's like sort of sleight of handing his crossbow, like trying to do it very carefully under his cloak. He's pretty good at it too. He's pretty sneaky. All right. And in fact, I'm gonna have to roll for him because if they notice him doing that, this all might go south.
You sneaky bastard.
So what did you get, Eric? 20 for
20.
further sneaking? So
how far wait, did you need me to roll it again for going the distance I did?
If you're going closer, yeah.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Oh yeah, you're able to get. I mean, you can get with that roll because of the cut. You can get within 3 yards of them if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to be behind. I'd like to be behind them essentially, but at the same time, if I'm going behind them, I want to make sure that I'm not hearing any others behind me coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, so you look that way. You don't see any pretty. I mean, of course you're half blind, but you don't hear any or smell any.
Right.
More.
Okay.
Doesn't mean there's not more back there, but
right. So yeah, I'd get semi behind them at that 3 yard mark. So would that be like right there?
Yeah.
Although now they're further than 3, so
a little, yeah, probably there. Okay.
Okay.
Suddenly, one snaps at Sildorian, kind of turns around. This guy he's got a short bow. And he's like,
put it away! Hey, you, she elf. Tell him to put that crossbow away or I'll put an arrow through his throat.
Sir Dorian, they're not going to harm us. We just have to cooperate. There's no need for violence here.
No need for violence. He's the one pointing the bow at me. Tell him to put it away.
Well, you
I'll
were
put
the
this crossbow bolt through his throat. What? I'm sorry.
Perhaps you should play your tune to try to appease them. Otherwise, we shall be on our way.
Very well. I'm actually quite known among the goblins. I played for them near the border as well.
Hey, what are you saying?
One says, I know some Brithian, or she's talking to the elf about something.
And I switched to goblin. It's like, I'm just saying that I've actually performed for goblins many a time. From where I'm...
Excellent. So after you perform here, you come with us for 1 moon, like we said, and I'll take you to the chieftain. Yeah, he'll like you.
How about this? Because I'm on a very important mission. How about I perform for him later? Because I have this mission that I really have to do.
Maybe.
Companions.
Maybe. We'll start singing, a play, or dancing or something.
Okay.
We'll think about it. And tell that dark elf there if he makes another move. So help me by all the gods and demons that exist. I'll do something mean.
I understand. And I turn to Dorian and I say, and she, stop it. And then
Dorian's like, he doesn't have a retort to that. He's just kind of like,
pulls out her harp. Is there a goblin tune that is in the book?
Is there a what?
Like
a goblin?
Goblins?
Not specifically for them, but you probably know a few.
Okay. I will
being an Emerald Harper.
Yeah, I will sing and harp a song about the goblins.
Okay.
And
Don't harp on me.
I knew she was a harper.
I wonder if I should re-roll. I think I'm going to luck it to add 5.
Okay, 19. So how many luck do you have left?
6.
19. Oh, 6. Cool. Okay, so you start playing this song. You're like, I think there's this. Oh, this song has goblins in it. That's right. Oh, wait, it doesn't end well. They all get slaughtered. Oh, I better switch to this one. And there is one called the Goblin King that you're like, oh, the goblins actually look kind of cool in this one.
Yeah, one that is good for, like, speaks highly of them.
Okay, yeah. That's about the only one you know that doesn't end poorly for goblins is one called the Goblin King. And you're like, oh, I'll play this one. And it goes pretty well. They're all like, yeah. And a couple of them even recognize, like, oh, it's a Goblin King. That's going to be me soon once we knock off old One Eye. No, it's not. It's going to be me. I'm his son. I don't care. I'm also his son. They're kind of arguing and half listening. So it goes pretty well. Most are listening, but there's a few distracted, as you could see. And there's still a few that keep looking around. And then at some point towards the end of the song, one of them you can hear, because this is all in Goblin, so Blue Star understand. It's like, what now? Another one, that cat person. Yeah, where'd it get off to? And they're now kind of like looking around.
Oh,
Specifically for Con.
if I end the song when they say that, I was like,
It's
oh,
pretty much towards the end. Yeah,
okay.
when this happens.
Yeah, I'll finish the song and then I'll be like, oh, you mean our Con? Oh, he's a bit shy.
Con.
Yeah, he sticks to the shadows. A
I
little
like-
shy, that's all.
I like that name. Is he trying to sneak around and pull something? Because if he does, I'll put an arrow through his throat and do all kinds of mean other things.
No, he wouldn't do that.
Tell him to come out and show himself. Him, her, it. Tell it to show itself.
He's fine. Oh, I don't understand this. This is a Goblin. I'll lean over. I always forget his name. Who's our NPC character's name again?
Sildorian, but Blue Star.
Sildorian. I'll lean over to. I'll lean over to Dorian and whisper, and she. The Goblin language is so ugly.
I'm trying to listen. I actually know a bit of it.
What do they say?
He's like painfully, like, you could tell he must not know much because he's like literally hanging on every word. In other words, he's going to make a language skill roll. Natural 20.
Oh,
Exploding 20.
all of a sudden he's quite fluent.
Well, it just happened that he pieced together enough this conversation. So he's listening. He's like, Blue Star is performing something called the Goblin King, and they've detected Con. Be ready, Ithilien. This may not go well. It never goes well with goblins.
I know. I was hoping her song would appease them so we could leave peaceably, but if we must.
I would not trust them. I would say use them as guides through the territory, but they will turn on us. I've dealt with them before, years ago.
Yes.
I will call out to Con to come out just to get good faith with them because I don't want to start a fight.
Please tell me you shout it in best Shatner form.
What?
God! Where are you?
God!
Is it obvious they're looking around?
There's a couple of them are.
Okay.
And then now you hear Blue Star say Con. So
No, I quietly have my dagger at the ready, but I stay hidden. I'm not coming out.
okay.
Yeah. And I'll say to Blue Star in she not Brithian, but in she, just let him stay hidden.
And
He's-
I'll say in she, I was kind of hoping that he would stay hidden, to be honest. But I just want some good faith, so I had to try.
Excellent.
Suddenly one of the
Tell them he
goblins,
shall-
also as you say that, suddenly one of the goblins calls out, the one that was all painted up in decent she tongue, actually. It's like, wait a minute, what's all this about? Tell him come out. Is this some sort of trick? Us,
No.
we
it's-
trusted you. Tritzt, you said you trusted this one, this wild elf.
You can trust me.
You speak she.
I know it well enough, and I will cast a hex upon you, Eluna Sidhe, if you do not show this Chinari, I think it is called.
Why do you threaten so? We just want to move through.
Because you're on our territory.
And
But
we will
But
continue on.
your people, sir, did say that if I were to perform, you would let us pass. That was our deal.
The Dark Elves drove us to this territory in the first place. So he should be the one to pay. I will cast a hex upon him.
And he's like pointing to Sildorian. And now some of the goblins are kind of getting,
Yeah. Curse him.
and goblin.
I think that there is a more peaceful solution to this.
Make a persuasion roll.
lot of persuasion.
It's good. Con, you're still hidden?
Ah.
You haven't
Con.
come out yet?
No, Khan is staying hidden. And if they keep getting more agitated, the one that keeps calling out and that looks all hocusy pocusy, I'm gonna try to stealth up behind him.
He's right here.
But I haven't decided to do that quite yet because it hasn't gotten to that
Just
stage.
letting you know it's him. So Blue Star 21. Yeah, so they start to calm down. The biggest one to persuade would be this shaman or whatever, this older kind of skin, like has like weird body paints and like feathers and bones hanging from his
Would I
ears.
recognize that he's a shaman?
Make a lore roll. You do speak goblin tongue, so the deal will be 5 less.
Okay, let's see. 13.
You do know they do have shamans to whatever foul gods, and he probably is one, or at least claims to be.
Okay.
Some
And
of them actually have real power. You've heard, like they might even know like a few little minor spells.
Okay.
Not all of them.
I will gesture towards the shaman and be like, "You are the shaman of this tribe, correct?
Yes, one of them.
So you know magic.
I know many secrets. Why do you ask?
Well, I know a thing or two about magic myself.
Of course you do. You're she. You always think you're better at us than it's sorcery. It's not true.
Actually, I was going to ask you if you had any tips. You see, I'm still a little bit learning. And so I was wondering if you have any advice. I feel like you could teach the she quite a bit.
Well, of course, I could teach you a few things. This is not the proper place for it. I would say you need to come back and see the chieftain. About 20 spear throws that way. Back towards the mountains. That's where. And one of the goblins pushes him, like, don't tell him where he lives. He's like, you back off, or it's be you that I'm cursing. Back towards the mountains, dear.
Is this in Goblin or in she? I assume
Goblin.
Goblin, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Okay.
Sildorian's still not amused, just kind of watching.
Well, I will have to travel that way at some point. I've always been curious about the goblin people, hence why I learned your language.
You true.
True.
Well, you come back with us, and is that your creature, the bear?
Oh, midnight, yes.
Midnight's a good name for it. You travel back with us, my dear, and we will honor you before the chieftain, and I will read your fortunes for you if you wish.
Hithelian will speak she to the shaman, and we really must not tally long. We need to be on our way.
I was speaking to your friend, he says, and she. But you are welcome to come also. In the
Come
morning,
where?
when the evil sun rises, we return to our main kingdom, realm, territory.
And I will explain in she to everyone. Actually, I'll say in Brithian, so Han can understand as well, that they are welcoming us to meet their chief.
So Dorian looks at Thelian.
I'm afraid we don't have time for that at this point.
How far is their territory, and how can their chieftain help us?
They said they were that way. Honestly, I'm hoping that they don't understand Brithian, but
None seem to.
Okay, I'll say, because I'm trying to have a good relationship with goblins, being a performer and all.
So it would seem. No, it is wise. It is wise. I just do not know if you should trust them.
Well,
And apparently one of them has learned a bit of our language.
well, but we are all from the other world. I mean, you'd think that we would all get along at some point, don't
It
you
was
think?
a long time ago, my dear. Long time ago.
Things are the way they are now, doesn't mean they have to.
But the question is it closes in on night. I don't feel comfortable camping near them.
It is the time of goblins. They see well in the dark as we do. They fear the sun.
Well,
Yes.
then perhaps how far away did he say this was? Is it like a long
One of these
distance?
spear throws.
Yeah, which probably isn't that far.
I could just say, well,
Also, you'd have to rely upon goblin math.
What is their intelligence?
Well, it's not like they're going to travel more than a day or even half a day if they want to get back before sunrise. So it's just, the evening walk.
how about this? And I continue saying Brithian. We go to meet their chief, just speak friendly, maybe trade with them if you have anything to trade or whatever. And then in the morning we leave since they're not really into the sunlight.
You say that's a Sildorian and Hethelian?
Yeah,
Well, Khan hears it by default too, even though he's hiding, but...
Yeah.
Dorian, what do you say? I'm leery. If they turn on us and we are in their village, we will be more outnumbered.
You are as well. Yes, I
Real quick,
mean no offense, Blue Star. You are incapable. We are in capable hands with your negotiations, but my people have... Well, we have gone to war with goblin tribes throughout the year in this territory, throughout the years. If they capture me, if they know that I'm a Shadow Knight, I will be worth quite a ransom, assuming they don't torture me to death.
Yes.
oh,
Then I say, if you can woo them with your charm, Blue Star, to let us just be on our way, I think we should start.
I might have an idea, even though I don't really like it. And then I will turn to the shaman.
Yeah, you could tell they're all listening in, trying to pick up on what's being...
And then in Goblin, I will say, do you believe in blood oaths?
Blood oaths. Well, it depends. Goblin blood oaths are perhaps different than she blood oaths, are they not?
Perhaps.
A vow, a promise, is it?
Yes, a vow promise.
I'll tell you what. For starters, make sure that Chinari shows himself. I know he's out there.
All right, I will try again. But will you consider an oath that if I were to return someday to meet your chief, as I really would like to, then you would let us on our way, because this quest, we really need to leave this area. And we don't want to trespass on your area unless, of course, you welcome us.
Well, generally we would just demand payment. The boys here probably wanted to take you back to the chieftain and no telling what would have happened. But we could take the bear instead as payment.
unfortunately, the bear is a very close companion to mine. You see, I raised him myself.
Oh, it's a shame.
Perhaps I could give you some money?
Yeah, so how much do you have? Is it made of gold and silver?
I have a bit of silver. Though usually when a bard plays, usually the bard is rewarded some sort of payment. And so I was hoping that by playing for you, that would be your payment for us to leave.
It's a start.
I could always play another song for you.
Let me speak to the others.
And you hear him in goblin tongue, because you understand. And he's like, all right, listen up. She wants to pay for us as payment. She also has silver. So if she doesn't play well, perhaps she can pay us coin. And they're like, yeah, excellent. I knew it. It's a good idea, shaman. Of course it's a good idea. And so he goes back to the shaman, and says, very well, let's have it before it gets too late.
Very well.
Also, where's the Chinari?
Well, almost forgot. And then in Brithian, Colin, you really need to come out now.
And that's his name. I like that name, actually.
So Khan is going to continue to stealth, but try to get up closer behind said shaman.
So there's not much cover now, but it is dark, so I'll let you get away with it. So you're able to get there's a bush between you and him, and you're right there, like a yard away from him. And occasionally he looks around and he's just looking right over you.
I cannot control my companions, as you can see. Like I said, he's very shy.
The shaman starts sniffing and he's like, "That's strange. That seems like I smell something different. Tell him to come out. Corn!" You just hear "Khan! Get out my Torog Morag Dadashi!" And so Blue Star hears that. Khan, come out, you smelly cat. I can smell you from a mile away.
Well, not quite a mile, but close enough.
He doesn't know what a mile is.
Yeah, Khan stays hidden and, as it were, ready to pounce.
Okay. All right.
You know, it's fun that he has the secret strike ability.
Oh yeah, you're already poised to strike, I'm sure. The others are looking around, they still don't see you.
I will try to reassure the shaman. I promise you that he will not try anything funny or attack as long as you stay friendly towards us.
I don't like this position of power that you have.
I know. I don't like it too. But if you let me perform and we be on our way, then there won't be any trouble. Isn't that good for everyone?
What was your last persuasion roll? 21?
Yeah, 21.
Okay.
So be it. Let's hear it.
Okay.
They're all like, excellent, she's flying again. That's right. This song's about me. No, it's not. There's no song about you.
Smelly Slug. That's a good song about him.
I told you it's a song about me. Wait, what?
I'm going to have to pull out the silver after all.
All right, with a 12. Yeah, you start playing.
The stinky midget.
Then you're
Why is she playing a song about my brother?
Exactly. So you're about halfway through, and they're already kind of losing focus, and two of them are up, clearly looking for Khan, looking off in this area, and one's kind of playing with a bear now, and Midnight's growling at it. It's just all going to hell pretty quickly. There's a few that are kind of listening. They're all like, "Oh, she's pretty. It doesn't matter what she says." The others are like, "Whatever. This sucks." And they're kind of ranging off. And then finally, you're not even done, and the shaman stands up and he just kind of says, "Silence!" And Goblin and then she's like,
that was terrible. Terrible.
Well,
Call yourself a minstrel or a bard or whatever it is.
well,
We'll have that silver now, or we'll be having that bear. Or that sword that dark elf carries.
I will be, Hithelian will be doing what Dorian was doing earlier and stealthily trying to reach for the bow to unsling the bow as this happened.
Okay, it'll be a sleight of hand.
Is he talking about the sword that we found, just found?
He kind of gestures to Sildorian's blade that he now has drawn, which probably didn't help things while you were performing. So Thelian gets two or three of them notice that you're doing that.
All right.
Thelian.
How much silver do you require for us?
So right as you say that, one of them takes it, turns around, knocks an arrow, and it looks like he's about to shoot at Hithelian. But you can see if you can get a persuasion roll off with that before.
Yes, I'm gonna try.
I meant to take our break at the beginning of this, and then I totally forgot.
Which one of those is the one with the arrow drawn at Hithelian?
This one right here.
Okay.
I don't know what the one that was playing with Midnight. Midnight was growling at him.
All right.
So what if? So he stops the arrow and he's like,
You better hurry because I want to start spitting elves with arrows.
Yeah. They're all fussing and.
Can I throw a beguile spell on that one?
Yeah. So unless you're going to stealth cast it without words or gestures, which is -5 to the magical arts roll, they're going to see that you're doing something, and it'll probably go to initiative.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They may not know
right.
what you're doing. The shaman probably will know what you're doing.
I will try to offer silver before you cast that spell.
All right. They're looking at the silver. You got a 15, right? And
Well, I'm
so
not gonna show all of my silver.
so how much do you bring out? How much
I will bring out 10 for now.
Okay. 10, and you got a 15. All right. Wow, this is like so close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you show the 10 silver. 10 silver is actually enough to give you a +2 bonus to the persuasion roll. So 17. And so they stop. They kind of stop the arrow, and they start bickering, and you can hear the shaman like, there's going to be lots of killing. You better have more than that. What's the Thelian doing? Does she cast that yet or not? Or does she wait?
Yeah, you know what? No, she hasn't cast it yet. But my hand, even though they caught me, my hand is still on my bow. Like I haven't released it. I haven't fully whipped it out yet. But
you have, yeah. And
really
Sildoran looks, he looks ready to start wading through goblins. It looks like he's got his sword out.
For this to end in violence.
They're all kind of shouting and
all right.
kind of listening to you.
Hethelian is tired of this and does cast. I will cast Beguile on that.
As he starts to open his mouth, I'm secret striking the shaman.
Okay. Who seems to be the only one to recognize what's going on. The others are still bickering. And as that starts to happen, let's take our 5-minute break, and then we'll roll initiative when we come back.
Thank you, 5.
Thank you, 5. All right, audience, we'll be back in 5 minutos. All right. So I do, Eric, I usually stop, like I mute myself. I mute myself and go off a video is what we usually do, but whatever.
Okay. So stop video and hit mute.
Yeah, you could, yeah.
I'm back. But no one else is back. So it's just me. It's time to do a monologue. That's right. Oh, he's back. I was about to do a monologue. Oh, well.
Well, you can still do a monologue. I'll just pretend like I'm not listening.
We could do dialogue now.
Yes, we can. Back and
We could
forth,
do,
you
we
know.
could do trialogue now.
Give and take, you know. Push and pull.
Push and pull. Ebb and flow, as it were.
As, you know.
Inhale, exhale.
You know, ebony ivory. We could do all sorts of.
Ebony ivory.
You know, give and take.
Notice how Madison
up and
left.
Down. Of course she did.
Notice how she left on that.
She realized, oh shit, there goes the planet. So
yeah, she's back. She felt guilty.
Yet she's still muted. She's being silent.
No longer. Yeah.
I tried so hard to make the situation not happen. So many persuasion rolls.
Yes.
It was going pretty well until the end.
Yes, it was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Almost got away with it.
It's about to get worse because Eric gets to secret strike before initiative. Because the shaman is off guard.
Yes.
Well, at least I know where the hideout is.
Yeah. So you can go back and find it on your own later. Woo!
Kind of. That way towards the mountains, 23 throw spears. Throw spears? Spear
yes.
throws.
So you're taking the goblin language to heart.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's very trusting if you hadn't noticed. So
she's a bit naive.
She will try to find it at some point, I'm sure.
Yes.
I actually forgot that you spoke goblin tongue, so that was perfect.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's right. She does know goblin.
Yeah. Remember when I was creating the character, we're like, I'm going to be a bard that sings to goblins.
Nice.
And it's happening, sort of.
Except it's gone bad.
It's now gone south. Probably wouldn't be as bad if Sildorian wasn't here or Khan.
Yeah, Khan only goes so far before he decides this isn't going the right direction.
Well, maybe if you kind of come out.
Yeah, if I'd have come out behind them, it would have all gone south instantly and I wouldn't have my advantage.
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
I want you to come out. I'm like, I kind of like that security blanket.
Yeah. It is a nice security blanket knowing that somebody behind you is, you know, capable of doing something sneakily.
Matt is dropping things in his lap.
It's like with our other campaign, everybody likes a security blanket of my other character and his giant hammer. If all things go south, just send in Udonga.
Udonga clean up.
Udonga smash. Yeah, it's pretty much like, oh crap, it's all gone to hell. Here's Udonga. And we're good.
Here's the cleanup person.
Yes, negotiations went south with the entire city guard. Here's Udonga.
Here's your sign. I mean, Udonga.
Exactly.
All right, y'all ready to get back to it?
I am ready to get back to it.
Can we hear Matt? Matt, I think you're muted. I mean...
There I am. Sorry.
I was like,
Sorry.
you just got to pantomime the rest of the session.
Sorry, I forget with these earbud things, you press it and it mutes, and I must have accidentally pressed it. So.
Yeah, no problem. Anybody who's broadcasting from the North Pole gets away with anything, in my opinion. Or Northern Finland, wherever.
Yeah.
Finland.
Norway. You're from Norway.
Said England.
Yeah.
Ja.
Yeah, Norway. It's good place for Northern Lights.
Yes, it's a good place. Okay, so I misspoke, everyone. We're back, audience. All 7 people watching. So, hey, our numbers went up. They doubled.
So we are back. I misspoke. So Eric's character Khan is actually hidden and has the shaman off guard, so he can actually strike first before initiative is rolled.
And so secret strike adds +2 to my roll, and he has a defense of 10, right?
Unless he has cat-like reflexes.
Well, wouldn't my cat-like reflexes negate his cat-like reflexes?
That's what I was gonna say.
That's not how it works.
Because I have cat-like reflexes as well.
So think about what you're saying. So I'm not off guard because he's not. It's like, of course you're not off guard. You're the one doing it.
Well, you know, I've got heightened agility. Anyway, so I'm going to do my attack roll with my master crafted dagger with
Okay.
armor piercing 1, and we'll just add 2 to whatever this roll ends up being.
Yep. And meanwhile,
So,
I'm looking up
18.
his stats to see if he does have that talent. All right.
Stabby.
Stabby. No, he does not seem to respond in a cat-like fashion as you strike.
Okay.
So
The neck.
your dagger goes, gets his off guard defensive 10. He's wearing this like just very kind of crappy light soft leather.
I have AP 1.
Yep. So you drill him. Oh yeah, because it's sexual. So you drill him for 6 points of.
Well, no, because it's 18. Because it's
5 points
+2 for the
Off guard.
no, not for off guard, for the secret strike.
Oh, I
So
thought
it's
you already added it.
no, I didn't add it to my roll.
Okay, so 18.
So it'd be 18
Okay, so
with
that will
AP 1.
drill in for 8 points of damage, and black goblin blood begins to pour immediately as it stabs into him. He's like, "Ah!" He screams in pain. He's already staggered from that blow.
And then can I do my claw attack?
And nope, so that triggers initiative.
Okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, secret strike's
Initiative.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
Oh crap! I still forgot to make that macro.
Oh crap!
I'm gonna do that macro.
It's gonna take 2 seconds longer now.
Blue Star gets.
I know.
Can't take you anywhere. Blue Star gets a 5.
Ooh,
Khan
17?
is still messing around macros. Athelion gets a 17. Khan rolls initiative.
Yeah, I know. I typed it in wrong.
It's an 11.
Initiative.
Well, so far, Athelion is first. Sildorian jonesing to cut down goblins, although he was kind of like in the negotiations too.
Yeah.
His wheels were turning like, what benefit can we get from them? And like nothing was coming up. Just let you know a little insight on his psyche.
Psyche.
Sake, is it? Sake? I like sake.
I like sake. That's from Savage East, perhaps.
That's right. Oh, the Yanakanese. And all right. So the goblins go on a 6, barely edging out poor Blue Star, who started this whole thing. Actually, she's the one that tried to repair it all. So Athelion reacts first, and you're reacting to the fact that stuff's going crazy, but all of a sudden, like, "Rah!" The shaman screams out, his black goblin blood pours out, and now you see Khan standing there. And
Yeah.
Materializes out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, since this,
There you are,
I was
Con.
just. There you are, and that person's dead.
he did
So
have
I
cover.
will-
Yeah,
Yeah,
there were trees and weeds and stuff.
that
around.
action will change my intention because I was just sort of looking at Beguile, and I don't think that it will do what I want now that action has started. So
A single,
I will.
single target.
So I will complete the process of breaking out the bow and knocking an arrow and shooting at the dude with or already knocked the one with the knocked arrow already.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
All right, and
Alright.
let me find my roll here.
Go
Let's see, we don't have bardic inspiration yet, so it's this one.
Ranged weaponry attack roll. 15. So the arrow leaves the knock and zips through the air. Goblins are pretty quick though, and he manages to dodge pretty much all of that Oh wait, yeah, he dodges the entire shot, misses his entirely. Just kind of, yeah. Wait, armor piercing 1, but he does have 1 point of armor, so it just nicks off of his soft leather armor. So wait, that one, yeah. Okay. Second action for Thelian, or is that it?
I will. I'm gonna just move a step over this way. There we go, and that's it.
Okay. All right, and Sildorian is next. And he's
Giving
just gonna-
Sildorian a free shot, a nice straight line.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was.
So in his offhand that he had hidden under his cloak, he raises his light crossbow. He's got his sword out in his other hand and fires at Blue Star. No,
What? She's on our side. She's with us.
She failed. She failed.
She's a penalty.
She's a negative asset. Must be neutralized.
So his crossbow bolt, oh man. He notices the shaman isn't quite finished off. And this crossbow bolt goes zinging at the shaman and just almost passes all the way through his neck as he gets a 32 from an natural 20. Woo! Just pierces. The goblin dies with his eyes still open. The shaman.
Wow.
And then he takes an action to actually he's not going to reload. He throws his crossbow down and moves this way next to Blue Star. All right. Because he feels like she's probably going to get captured or smacked or something. All right. Okay, cool. Khan
quickly goes to the Gobling over here and stabs at him with his dagger.
The Goblin.
Of goblin battle sound effects if I can find them. Not that the audience hears them. What the players do. Oh, there we go. Goblins. When goblins attack, that's what it's called.
When goblin.
You were waiting for that one.
Y'all hear it? Yeah. Con, 20? Who's on this one right there?
On that one,
yeah, that will slash into him for 5 points of damage.
Does that include the AP one?
Yeah, he's got this guy's got Brigandine armor,
And now, as my Chinari, I don't get my second ability with my claw unless I have some sort of ability for that, right? Because I have that Chinari ability, claw attack.
Yeah. Oh, that staggers him though.
So do I get to do that now, or would I need to have
Yeah. So if you use your claw as your secondary attack, it's brawling at -2.
Okay.
So you can totally do it as the same action. Same attack action.
Not so much.
Not so much.
The claw whiffs as the goblin ducks underneath. It's like,
Got a good cut on him though.
he poked me.
And they're next, and we'll deal with him first. So unfortunately, goblins are not super brave. So whenever they're staggered, there's a good chance they back off. No, he's really ticked. He's like, "How dare you stick me!" And he draws this little. Well, he's already got it out. This little rusty kind of goblin short sword, and thrusts it at Mr. Khan. And Khan will easily dance away from it. And then meanwhile, this goblin right here that Hethelian shot at, right? Yeah. He shoots at Hethelian. So a goblin arrow goes flying at Hethelian. And that will, that's going to be close. What's your dodge defense? 12?
Can I use parry with my bow?
Only if you have parry missiles as a talent.
Okay, then it's 12.
Yeah. 12 dodge is what okay. So
Yeah.
the arrow grazes you for 3 points of damage minus any armor.
Well, I have 1 point of armor, so 2
One for
damage.
the fey leather, so 2 points kind of cut through you with the arrow tip. And so you're down to 11 health, I think. All right.
Sorry, I hissed like Khan would have.
Oh wait, hold on. All right, and the others will. You've taken them out of their best thing, which is dirty tactics and secret strikes. All right. Okay, so these two right here. Wait, he shot. This one right here knocks an arrow and backs away from Blue Star. Wait. No, he's not going to do that. He actually will draw. He's got a spear, and he stabs at Sildorian instead of Blue Star because he hates him more. And Sildorian just like parries it to the side, like whatever. And then the other goblin also attacks Sildorian, and you could tell they're really good at swarming on people, like wolves. Hint, hint. And that goblin slashes his little short sword at Sildorian. Sildorian parries that also. And is that it? I thought there was another gobbling. I guess not. 1, 2. Did I not bring them all out? Bring out your dead. Wait, 1, 2. Oh yeah. Did y'all see any tokens that I'm missing on the board? There were supposed to be 2 more goblins. Oh well.
Oh.
I do
Yeah,
not
I
see
thought
them.
at one point you said 6 goblins,
No, there were
but I
7.
never saw those.
There were 7.
Oh.
And I think I only
Okay.
pulled 2 tokens or 5 tokens out. Oh, I see
Yeah.
why. Because the ones I pull out aren't showing up. Thank you, Roll20,
Are they?
for being terrible. Does that one show up? There. Okay, that guy shows up.
Where?
First,
Oh,
it's
there.
been doing
Okay.
that lately for some reason. Yeah, they're kind of back in the tree, like where Khan was sneaking around.
Oh.
All right.
Look
well,
out, Khan!
Ken! Copy and paste to see if that works. Aha! So 2 others come out from the trees, and one fires an arrow at Khan. So arrow goes zipping towards you, Khan, and will miss easily. And the other one shoots an arrow at Sildorian, at Khan. Ken! Oh, did he finally get hit? Khan, nope.
You beat my 19?
I forgot. I checked the dodge. I thought you had it. I was like, oh, he's got a 19. Nope, you dodged that also. And that's it for them. So Blue Star's turn. Blue Star, watching all this go to heck.
Yeah. She's like, I tried.
She's still got silver coins in her hands, but look, there's silver.
So
And she definitely whips one into one's eye, and she whips the other one into another one's eye.
spawn. No. Well, first of all, she's going to turn to Dorian and apologize, and then after that, she's going to do a song magic with Quagmire.
All right, guessing Quagmire
Oh, Quagmire.
through song magic. Cool. So are you doing the 2x2 version or the 4x4 yard version?
Can the 4x4 get all 3 of these?
Looks like you could get the 2 in front of you. Oh, you could get these. Here, I'll draw it out for you. Let's see. So this is 4x4. So you could get that. Oh, that's 3x.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's Khan. They probably don't want to get him in it. Although he could probably break out of it. That's 4x4 yards right there.
She could offset it to the left a little bit.
Yeah, I was just drawing it there, but yeah, you're right.
I'll do that then without Khan in the way.
It's just at the edge.
Yeah.
So that
How-
would potentially get 3 of them.
Does song magic give me a bonus?
Yeah, you add your I think it's either half your skill levels in performance or all of your skill levels.
Okay.
So
So
let me
for
look
the-
it up unless you find it first. So I can't remember. It's a mystical talent.
I can't remember.
I think it's how it works. Huh?
I don't remember either.
Okay, I'll look it up really quick. Soul magic. Right, there it is. You music and rhythm are the foundations of magic. After all, it's a whisper that the true gods. Blah, blah, blah. No, you add half of your skill levels and performance to your magical arts skill roll.
Okay.
It also costs you 1 additional stamina to cast a spell that way. Takes a little more focus.
Okay.
It's actual skill levels too, not like your full modifier. So actual training.
That would be it. Oh, well, that sucked.
The spell does not manifest correctly. Doesn't work, but you still feel the energy pass out of you, so it still costs you the full stamina,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. So what do you? So it costs you an extra. So that's what, 4 stamina for that? Yeah,
Song magic only cost me 1 stamina.
yeah, but that's in addition to the spell's stamina cost.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it cost you 4 total. 2 down to
Ouch.
8. Is that right? Stamina, Madison.
Jeez.
Cool. All right, you're still not fatigued. Getting close though. And it, anything else, Blue Star? That was 1 action.
I am going to do Battle Muse.
Cool. All right, so you start chanting, singing, playing. So that's a performance skill roll. Performance. All right, so you got the basic benefits. Everybody gets +1 to attack and defense for the next round. If we can remember that. Oh, I already have the little heart on Blue Star to remind me anyway.
Cool.
Cool. And that was another stamina point, Madison.
Yep.
So that was a stamina burner turn.
Yep.
Ouch.
Back to the top with a Thalian. Back to the top with you.
All right. Well, I will.
Italian likes it on top.
Oh, wait, before we get too far, before we go to Blue Star, you can command your bear as a free action if you want.
Ah, Jeff.
If it's
Don't forget the
something
bear.
it's something he's trained in, it's a free action.
Yeah, he's trained to attack. He's going to attack the one in front of him.
All right. So you made a roll for him since I have the modifiers. All right. So claw slashes at him and barely misses. Goblin just dodges to the side, and then the bite. Oh, then the pipe mauls him pretty good. Yeah. So we're 6 points of damage, and rightly staggering him. So Goblin screams out in pain, still standing but pretty bloody. All right, and now it's Hithelion.
Quick question on my. Actually, I was trying to look it up earlier. On dual shot, if I choose 2 different targets, do they have to be within a certain?
Yeah, within 3 yards of each other.
That would make sense. So I'm guessing.
Or maybe 2
4
yards.
year. Yeah. All right. That won't work. So, all right. I will. The arrow dude who hit me, I will first step around so I get a clearer shot and not hit the bear from there, and then I will pop a cap in his ass. Hopefully.
Double arrow shot or just a single?
I'll do a single.
Okay.
I see the maul attack and notice he's injured, so I hope. Well,
all right. Eric's being right back. 13 will miss.
I could do maybe I should have double shot. All right, no, I didn't choose it. All right, then that's it for me.
All right, so yeah, because he moved. Okay.
After my previous stellar arrow shots, I'm stuck in this round.
You're great against the Shadow-wraiths.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Maybe I
goblins
should
are
whip
like,
out the steel tip
goblins
ones.
are creepy for some reason. All right, so Sildorian is next to you. He just kind of brushes off your apology, Blue Star, and slashes with his sword as he's drawing his dagger out in his offhand. And so he will slash his and almost crit fail. He lunges and almost overcompensates.
Oh, jeez.
Follows up with his dagger and manages to cut this one ever so slightly for 1 point of damage.
It's just a tickle.
Come on, Dorian, get it together.
I told you, it's Silendor. And he starts going berserk.
Yeah.
Berserker rage. Second action he will continue to stay there. All right, so Khan.
Khan is going to stab the guy in front of him.
Right.
And then add +1 to that because of the wonderful music that is happening.
Yep. Oh, I forgot to add that.
Oh, I forgot about that with my roll. I don't know if that would have made a difference,
So
Mike.
14 was still missed, yeah.
Okay, all right then.
But it does give Sildorian 1 extra point of damage to this guy. All right. Oh,
I think that'll connect.
30? Yeah.
30.
Not only, so that will do maximum damage, which is for your Mastercrafted dagger is 12, I believe.
I think it's 11.
Oh, that's right. It's 11, yeah.
Yeah, it's 11 max damage.
So he takes all 11 points of that, 11 points of steel in the gut, and he drops gargling blood and going, yeah, he's dead.
And then I quickly close the gap on this guy here, but off to the side. Boom.
Okay. He's frantically trying to knock another arrow, and then he realized he's probably just going to throw it down. And so Khan runs there. Yeah, it's their turn, and he's doing that. He's frantically trying to get off an arrow shot. I don't know. He might try to shoot point blank at -2. Yeah, he's an idiot.
So that gives me a 20 for my defense.
Actually, he drops the bow.
I still have a 20 for my defense because of the song that she's singing.
Oh yeah. He pulls out from his boot this long dagger that's almost a short sword and slashes it at you, and you dodge almost like you could see where it was going. And the other guy moves up to you. He's like, ah! And they're using their Wolfpack tactics now. And and critically fails against your defense.
He stabs his buddy.
He stab right. I'm gonna roll on the chart. Actually, I'll let Eric roll 1d6.
Okay.
The only time you get to roll a non-d20 in this game.
Damn it. Hit the wrong button. There we go.
Oh, hit the
Come on.
button.
1d6.
1d6.
Boom.
Six, anything but 6. Just kidding. I'm not even looking. Wait. Oh, it's critical failure. Yeah, so 1d6, 1d8 is critical success for melee weaponry. All right, so you guys called it. Oh no, it's even worse. He doesn't hit his ally. He manages to injure himself. So
I got my leg. Ah!
And it depends. So he takes 1 point of damage per point of critical failure against your defense of 20. That is 4 points of damage he deals to himself. Which is a lot for a goblin. So yeah, he runs in, his friend kind of shoulders him accidentally, and he ends up stabbing himself in the foot. He's jumping around. It very close to staggered him.
That's fantastic.
All All right. Meanwhile, the
Khan is
others
so intimidating, even when he's.
exactly. So the goblin that's wounded by midnight might be out of here. Yep. Oh, he turns his back and runs, and so midnight gets a free reactive attack if he wants. He's like terrified of bears apparently. So midnight by instinct will claw at him as he runs off, and no, just misses him. Goblin was like, ah. Then it sees Khan there, and he veers off this way. And meanwhile, these other ones right up here are fighting Blue Star and Sildorian. So what did Blue Star, you tried to cast a spell, but nothing happened and they didn't know what it was. So they're still attacking Sildorian. They still think you're kind of cool. They don't like the others.
Can I do a persuasion on them?
You could try. So the DL is much higher once everybody's hostile.
Oh my gosh.
In fact, I'll tell you it's DL 25.
Oh.
To bring someone hostile to indifferent. So, yep, they both, Sildorian parries both of those blows. And I think it's it, right? Italian's left alone this round. Blue Star's turn.
Oh boy.
Eluna Sidhe.
Luna Sidhe.
Well, I am first going to send Midnight to help Khan with his two. So
Okay.
he's going to
Gob's like,
attack.
Bear, bear.
Bear down.
Yeah,
So
he's
he
going
comes.
to whichever one he comes in contact with first.
All right, he starts clawing at this. Oh, that one takes a nasty swipe for 4 points.
Eric,
Oh, that's the one that stabbed himself. He's barely standing and staggered.
Eric is so still, I thought he was frozen, but then I saw his eyes move. Oh, there he is. Okay.
It's very focused. And then the bite. Well, the bite does 1 point of damage. Nix. All right, thanks to the battle muse. That goblin is still standing, but has been clawed, bitten, and stabbed by his own weapon.
Nice.
So Blue Star still has her 2 actions left.
I'm very good at fighting, you know.
Well, you could do other stuff.
Yes.
Battle muse again or not?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do battle muse again.
All right. So another stamina. So I think you'll.
I will be.
Will that make you fatigued? Yeah. Still want to do it?
Yeah.
Fatigued.
She got the blue dot. So do you want to roll performance again, or just go on the last roll?
Blue dot for Blue Star.
Can you even fail at all? What's your bonus?
7, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
So you could, you
I
could.
do have a specialty in harping. Would that give me another point?
If you're specifically using the harp, yeah, but I'm not sure. Battle muse is. I don't think harp is an instrument that works for battle muse.
Gotcha.
It's not a very battle inspiring.
A crazy harp.
Exactly.
Electric.
Get an amp.
Rock and roll harping.
Yeah, I'll reroll.
Yeah, break out an electric amp. Yeah.
25.
Oh,
I'm glad I rerolled.
You got the full benefit. So that's +1 to everybody's defense attack rolls, and everybody has +1 to resolve and endurance for the round too. So if you have to resist anything, you've got another +1. So everybody's doubly inspired. And second action, or is that it?
I'm gonna. Not that I think it's going to go well, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try Lugmere again, but without the song magic.
Okay. All right. Won't sing it this time.
And it didn't work
And
either.
it still doesn't go well.
She is a good magician.
And 3 more fatigued. Madison is now in the fatigue spiral.
We'll be resting soon, hopefully.
Goblins are like, oh, you'll be resting, all right. I don't know why we're pirates all of a sudden.
Yar, yar.
They want the silver.
Yes.
Nathalion,
Ithelion.
to 6 seconds later.
I will stride up to here and shooty at the fleeing one, because I don't want him calling in reinforcements or anything.
Okay.
Um,
No mercy to goblins.
I'm just debating if I want to do double shot or not. He's staggered. I mean, if I hit him, I hit him. So, all right, yeah, I'll just do a regular shot. Where's the right roll? Here's the right roll. Please be better than before. There we go. 23.
God, not bad at all.
It's much
23. The
better than
arrow.
left roll.
Yes, right. We're all Molovian all of a sudden. The arrow drills him right in the back of the neck, and he falls on his face.
After a couple of bad shots, I found my footing again.
He's nothing wrong with Molovian.
You just put in his Shadow-wraith. Just visualization, really. So, second, is that Tiger or is that our cats?
That's Dizzy.
Oh, that's
Dizzy.
Aw.
That was the one you saw earlier behind me.
It's behind me, isn't he?
Yeah.
Second. Oh, I was going to ask Matt for a second action, but
No second action.
Aurora Borealis apparently pulled him away.
It is fascinating to watch.
It is.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I can still hear you. I just stepped out of range.
He's invisible.
He's out of frame.
He's invisible.
Hiding in the trees there.
Sorry, I just wanted, since you were talking kitties, I wanted
He's invisible.
Tiger, actually. Hey, buddy. Tiger. Hey, Tiger. What's up?
to. I just woke him. He's not happy. I pulled
He's
him out of his warm bed.
Dude, I was sleeping. I still had like 15 hours to go.
Yeah, that's why I walked away from my chair. I had to go deal with Torben. He woke up all of a sudden out of nowhere.
He's like, where's Data?
Yeah.
So Sildorian goes next, and he's still trying to slash goblins and misses again with his short sword, and then his dagger will connect. He seems to be better with the dagger and nastily striking deep. Oh, we almost dropped that goblin. 23-15. Oh, if the goblin didn't have 1 point of armor, he would have just fallen unconscious.
Oh.
So he gets stuck deep in the thigh, but the goblin's still standing, but really, really hurt. And so Dorian's standing. Goblin Bard. And next is Khan.
Khan is going to strike at the one in front of him again, or not again, but for the first time now that he
There's
gets a
two of
chance
them
to.
right there.
Yeah, but he's going to get the one that's not staggered.
Directly, okay.
And he's going to stabby, and he gets the plus. Is she still doing the bard thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. This is
She
another
did
round
very
of
well
that.
with the bird thing.
That's right. 21 is not good for Gobling.
Not good for a goblin at all.
So he gets stabbed for that will be 4 points. So he's not quite staggered, but fairly close.
Only 4? Yeah.
Yeah,
AP
'cause he
1
is
ain't doing his
16.
thing.
Oh, wait, no, I forgot the AP. So he is staggered.
Woo!
Exactly. Yep.
Daggers.
Nice. Very good. Second action, or you're done?
Oh, second action is the claw.
Uh-oh. All right. Follows up with the claw. The claw.
Yeah. Granted, it's at -2 because it's an extra action.
Yeah, well, it's the same action, but secondary attack on the same action. 12 will. Oh, he staggered though, so that still misses though.
Okay.
All right.
And that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Cool. So the goblins, what's left of them, so the ones on Khan and Midnight probably going to take off, but we'll see. They keep on fighting. They seem to realize that you're probably too fast. You probably run them down anyway. Fighting desperately. So one slashes at
con and critically fails.
Woohoo!
The other one critical. Oh no, it's the same guy, isn't it? Oh no, the guy at the top is the one that stabbed himself.
Yeah.
So Eric,
Oh,
roll a
dear.
1d6. See what it is
Number
this time. 3.
Number 3.
Just 3, huh? Duh. 3 will be not good. Critical failure. Oh, he slips on the wet ground, which makes sense because it has been raining lately. Slips on the ground and falls prone.
Uh-huh.
So +2 to hit a prone target if he still
Woohoo!
slips on his butt.
Buttocks.
Other than that, though, he did score 12 points of damage on you. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, good.
It's like, wait, what? It was a
As
one.
he's going down. Whoop.
Slip. Oh, stabby in the throat. Let's see if I can find the prone symbol. Hold on just a second. Gosh, Roll20 is being weird tonight. All right, there's the prone icon. Slips on the ground, and the other one stabs at, like desperately is slashing at midnight.
Desperately slashing Susan.
And the black bear has a defense. Oh, actually, nope. Hits its defense exactly, but it doesn't have armor piercing on the goblin weapon, so no damage. So
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Midnight gets a few hairs shaved off. That's about it. Ew. Always wanted
Good
crew
meat.
cut.
Now we have pattern.
The goblins will, let's see, what did Blue Star do last?
Battle
Was
meat.
one
It was 25.
Oh, you're still, yeah.
was one of the people that Dorian hurt stag? Did he stagger one of those two?
Sildorian?
Dorian, sorry.
No,
Keep
this one
wondering.
right here is still not quite. Oh, it is.
Oh.
Staggered. I didn't put it. No, you're right. It doesn't have a red dot on him. No, he looks really bad off. I forgot to
Okay.
put the red dot on him. So that one will. He's not retreating. He's still fighting. So he's. You see that one like he kicks like tries to kick dirt up into Sildorian's face using dirty tactics, and will Sildorian fall for it?
Dirt
Ooh,
tactics.
Sildorian gets it in the eyes, and he's yeah. Blinding for a second. So the follow-up roll is a +2 bonus from the goblin. That's still not. He gets through his guard, but doesn't get through the light chainmail he's wearing under his tunic. You can kind of hear it ringing. Ching! So, and now Sidorian's really ticked because goblins are cheaters. Of course, so are dark elves. And then the other one tries to stab him also. They still are not attacking Blue Star. And he
I'm charming that way.
brings that also. All right, that's it for them. Possibly quite literally. Blue Star's turn.
He may not make it another round.
Gosh. Hopefully, yeah, she can still do battle muse, but I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep that roll. I don't think it can get better than that.
Yeah, it was a 25, right?
Yeah.
All right, so still everybody's inspired. And there's another stamina, right?
I still have 3 stamina left.
All right. Second action or just stay there?
Well, if I move, that one is going to get a free action, but I don't think they're going to attack me. But yeah, I don't want to cast a spell.
Yeah, probably will. You fall unconscious asleep if you cast. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I don't want to convince them to flee because I don't want them to report back to Chief. So, yeah. Does Dorian get a bonus by me standing there?
yeah, +1 outnumbering bonus. Yep.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna stay there, and then Midnight will attack one of those two. I guess the one furthest away from Khan.
Okay. The one that's prone. Yeah. So
Munch him, munch him.
He's like, "Rrr." So another +2 bonus to hit a prone target.
Actually, oh wait,
Oh.
that might be a good idea. Never mind.
You
Never mind.
Okay. Goblin just took a claw. Oh, Midnight just dropped him with a claw swipe.
Nice.
That goblin's not moving no more. All right. And then he bites at the other one because he's within reach.
Mhm.
Because he doesn't know specific commands anyway. Like, oh, that one. No, not the other. He's just like, attack. And he bites that one also. And drops this one. Still
yes,
stuck.
midnight.
I
Khan's going to be like, I didn't get to finish that.
make up for it.
Eric's going to come back and be like, wait, what? Why are there 2 X's on the
Threat level midnight indeed.
7 midnight? Is that it for a blue star this round?
Yeah.
All right, just stay
Yeah.
there.
What
And
little I have left.
sing and chant and order bears around.
Yes.
Well, let's see if I can finish it. Hethelian will step up into here using careful aim and double shot. I will shoot each one of these 2
Ooh.
buggers. So
So you have a
Roll.
minus, Matt, you have -2 penalty to that roll because you have 2 allies engaged.
But
So-
I'm using careful aim. Does that negate
Oh, you're
that?
using careful aim. Sorry, I didn't hear that part. Yeah, it does
Yeah.
negate that. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
So.
So this will cost me 3 total stamina.
Oh wait,
'cause I'm
but
using-
you can't use a stamina cost. You can't use 2 stamina costing talents in
Oh.
the same action.
Oh, well, ooh,
Yeah.
good.
So is it
Oh.
careful aim or is it double arrow shot?
Well, shoot, I could end it with
Well,
2
shit.
strikes, but it's a -2. And I could risk hitting them. Yeah, no,
Only if
I'll
you,
do it.
only
I'll
if you
risk
crit
it.
fail. Yeah, only if you crit
Yeah,
fail.
I'll double shot it. So -2 plus
Right.
the 1 with the bard. So that'll be this one. Here comes I'm shooting at the staggered one first.
Okay.
19.
Ooh, yeah. So that will and drops it as the arrow impales its neck.
And then non-staggered.
This one hasn't
20.
even been touched yet until now.
Have returned.
He's returned.
In time for the finish.
4 points of damage. Yeah, look.
Midnight handled it for you.
Yeah.
I was
Oh, yay.
I was watching Eric's reaction. He was like,
What?
"Wait, what? What?"
Yeah, what happened? What's going on?
Then like clawed one, dropped it, and then bit the other one,
Nice.
and then he turned on you for. No, I'm kidding.
That's all right. That's all right.
So, all right, Hethelian just dropped. Oh, second arrow was a 20, right? Hits this one,
Second arrow's a 20, yeah.
and just about staggered it, but not
Okay.
quite. This arrow sticks into his hip, and his hips don't lie, by the way.
His hips still out. It's hip to be square. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, technically, these all are square creatures.
So Dorian actually was just to let you. He was actually going to cast a glamour spell and make it look like another bear was coming, but now he's like with just one left. He's not even going to worry about it.
Oh.
He's gonna sheath his weapons and just stand there and be like, "I'll wait."
I meant to do that earlier, and he was going to cast it earlier, then I totally forgot. He got to blade craft all of a sudden, blade work, and so he manages to finally nick this one with his short sword.
Woohoo! For a
Literally
good 2 points of
Just
damage.
1 point, but just enough to
Oh.
stagger it.
Oh.
Follows it up with his dagger, and the dagger will not quite end it, but Steve
No.
is even more hurt. There's a kind of a weird grin of almost sort of sadism on Sildorian's face.
Sometimes.
He's almost enjoying the fact that he's just death by 1,000 cuts.
I scratch you like 300 times and I win.
Han's turn.
Han is going to
finish
move up
him.
behind and stabby.
All right.
I still get the
Plus-
+1 from the song magic, yeah?
Yep, and plus
Yep.
2 from outnumbering.
Oh, goody. So that's +3 then.
Probably going to end him. And the dagger emerges from the other side of from his back of his neck through his mouth. He's like,
Like, on Blue Star's face.
right in front of Blue Star. Black goblin blood spurts all over her.
Singing, so she's like,
And all is quiet. As every goblin in the immediate area looks to be slain.
Victory!
Khan is going to move towards the wood line where they came from, and listen intently to see if he hears any more or anything in the near vicinity.
Okay. Make a perception roll.
Doesn't hear Jack.
Nah, just some crickets, even most of them have gotten quiet.
Now I do wish we had Udonga here to gather all the bodies and burn them. So.
Yeah, well, Udonga's good at that.
So Dorian wipes his blades off on the goblin clothing and armor, and he just says, leave them for the wolves and the ravens. Although I'd hate to make the ravens sick.
that would be unfortunate.
We might
Star-
as well.
Tired. She's like slumped over.
He kind of looks at you, feeling a little bit of pity. You tried, my dear. That was well done. I did not know you knew the tongue of goblins.
I'm full of surprises.
You are indeed. You also look very tired. Is anyone
I will-
wounded?
I have took a slight damage.
I see.
Once I restore my
Sometimes they
stamina,
poison their blades.
Ah. Can I heal myself? I have a.
well,
I have-
actually, how much? Wait, I actually might be able to. How much is heal wounds?
You're weak. I have heal wounds. Can I heal wounds myself, Mike? Since
Yeah, you're talking about the spell, not healing arts?
yeah, it's a spell known. I know heal wounds.
Yeah. You
All
can
right.
perform it as a ritual to give you +2 bonus, or you can just perform it on the fly.
Since we have time, I'll do it as a ritual and save you the energy at Blue Star since you're pretty wiped out.
And then, the lesser version is one target that you touch or yourself, and then the higher version is a radial effect around you.
Is anyone else injured where the radial effect would be helpful?
I am
That's
not.
true.
I am
No.
perfectly
Okay.
fine.
Then I will I will do the lesser and I'll touch myself.
I touch my
When I heal about me, I touch myself.
you're doing it as a ritual?
Yes. So I
Okay.
gotta roll.
So I don't roll it because it takes a whole hour.
Oh.
So something happens
Oh.
before. So
Oh.
do you have the ritual materials? You have to have at least 2 of the things that are listed. Probably. but
I think I do, but let me look up here.
it's like red or white candles, eggshells.
Yes, I've
bowl
got-
of fresh water. It's like a
Yeah, I've
couple-
got three red candles. I've got a bowl.
bowl of boiled water or fresh spring water,
Okay, we have
or several drops
Oh.
of fresh blood. Okay, you got that.
I got that. So those are 2. I've got the candles and the blood.
Yeah, all you need is 2 of the 3. That's
Okay.
for such a low DL spell. But
Okay.
anyway, so
Go
as you're setting up and you guys are probably catching your breath or whatever. So as Hethelian is setting up the candles, getting ready to perform what appears to be probably some mystical ritual, make a endurance roll, Hethelian.
In endurance.
Endurance.
Where is my score?
Oh,
Endurance. There it is. Okay, so
Do you have any
+1.
specialties? Do you have any?
No, but I have a
Okay.
+1 to it. So
he's got the specialty not dying.
19.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the hour passes. What do you guys do in the hour? Probably just chilling, or do you search the bodies or anything? Or burn them, or...
I was patting them down, but can't really see much.
Okay, but you can.
I will do the patting down for him.
Okay, you can
See
do
if I can
perception touch.
Yeah, well, I would be doing perception touch, like finding rings and necklaces and whatnot and coins, but that I wouldn't be able to really. I mean, I guess I can see the difference in hue a little bit. Well, it's nighttime, so I wouldn't be able to really see the difference in hue from
Not really.
silver to
It's almost
bronze.
almost purely touch, probably at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll help him out with it. So.
Okay. So you can tag team and take the highest perception roll. Sildorian doesn't like search the goblins. It's almost like he feels like he's lowering himself by doing it, but he does keep watch as you guys are. So con.
I
So
don't
you can
find
roll
shit.
Blue Star as well.
I don't find
Oh my
anything either.
God. Star might have critically failed.
Wow.
So, oh wow, it is a critical failure.
She cuts herself on a dagger.
You're not wrong. So, let me roll one
boy.
here. Critical failure on a perception check. Oh man.
Oh no.
Great. Okay. So yeah, you guys are padding, mostly searching by touch as Ithelian is sort of chanting and occasionally capering and probably singing. It's a whole hour thing. So it was like a lot of things involved as these candles are flickering and as you guys are searching meanwhile. So Blue Star, you were patting down this one goblin body and sure enough, something pricks your fingertip from something you were searching. Hasn't this happened to you before?
Yes, it
like
has, but
in
I
the
didn't
other campaign.
feel it.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Not. It doesn't prick your finger, but some liquid got on your finger, like, and you realize that there's like the goblin had a belt pouch, and there was like a broken flask in it, like a clay vial, and you touch some of the liquid, and normally that's like whatever, but it actually starts burning, and you took 1 point of damage on your fingertip. By the time it starts burning, I mean, you start to wipe it off and stuff, put it in the wet grass maybe, and it goes away pretty quickly.
Okay.
But it was either some kind of contact poison or maybe some acid type stuff.
Oh. She's like, oh,
Gross.
it hurt.
You probably hear her, but I don't know how seriously Khan takes that, but obviously didn't sound like it was that bad.
You
Well,
okay?
1 point of damage. So.
which is I guess fairly serious out of
You
10,
okay?
right?
I think so. I think it's poison.
Oh, wash off.
Yeah.
Wash off. I get my water skin out and I hand it to her.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Hoping that it just doesn't make it worse.
Well, I have an intelligence of -1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Here's what I always
You lick it.
yeah.
So
Oh, lick it off.
It does seem to help, whatever it is.
Okay.
It's gone pretty instantly. You probably don't want to touch it again, but
Be careful. Some of the others might have the poison on them as well.
I know find anything.
Well, I apologize to everyone. I feel like this is my fault.
No,
Lucille,
okay.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Nothing good's ever touching Goblin. Nothing good ever comes of it.
I'm usually so good with them too.
Good practice.
Looks like your friend Ithelian knows something of life magics.
Oh.
If my disciplines allow me to detect such.
Oh yes. I believe she is here. I know
You
similar.
know, in second thoughts, that's not it at all. I was mistaken.
As a matter of fact, she's
What I
draining
meant
my
was, she's very proficient in death magics, is what I really meant.
It's dying cat song. No offense, Chinari, but
So during the hour after burning your finger and making smart comments, you do manage to, if you like, to gather on the goblins. They had their little short swords. A couple of them had spears. One actually had a hand axe. If you care about any of that stuff, it's mostly like average to poor quality weapons, and like ripped up leather armor that they were wearing, which is still mostly has fur and like they're not even tanned very well.
did the shaman have anything of note?
Yeah, he had some like around his neck. He had some feathers and claws and talons. I'm not sure if it doesn't look like it's worth anything, but could be imbued with some mystical qualities. You're probably not sure. But you did manage to find a total of, also they were, if you wanted arrows, there were a total of 21 short bow arrows, hunting arrows. Otherwise, coin-wise, you did manage to, through all of them, gather up 3 times 12 silver pieces.
Yay.
And 41 bronze pieces. So they've obviously been a bit busy thieving.
Well, not anymore.
So if y'all want to write that down or split it, or I can keep track of it if you want, or give it to Sildorian or something. So
No. So that would be 4 a pop, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for the silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did they have? A couple short bows. That was about it. Yeah. And then finally, the hour passes. So, Matt, if you want to make your magical arts life skill roll at +2 bonus for doing it as a ritual. Ritual? Is he frozen? Oh, he's not. He's muted. You're muted.
There it is. So I plus
there
2.
it is.
22.
Very good. So yeah, you feel the magic court, the warmth passing through your body, and you lose yourself 2 health points. You do. That's actually not a joke. It cost you 4 stamina. Or no, you didn't. You did as a touch, right? So yeah, it cost you 3 stamina and 1 health. So,
What? It cost me a health to heal
yeah,
a health?
so the way healing magic works in Savage Kingdoms, you put a bit of using your life force to heal others. So yeah, it's in the spell description. So, but still, you healed yourself with that roll. So you succeeded by 7. So you healed 4, and it cost you 1. So you healed 3.
Oh, and I only needed 2. So there we go. Back up to.
So long story short, you're totally healed.
And then 2. And how many stamina you said?
I think it's 3 for a single target. Yeah, 3 stamina points.
All right. Well, I'm going to need to rest soon too. Now then, I'm not quite. Oh, I just hit half. I just hit half, so that makes me exhausted now too.
I feel better.
Oh, I feel better, except for I'm exhausted. So yeah, you're feeling a little tired now. Sildorian and Khan look basically okay. And it's getting later in the evening as goblin bodies are laying around you. Midnight's kind of sniffing at some of them. Blue Star can almost tell there's a temptation to maybe I'll take just a bite, but he doesn't. He misses his fish.
Considering he somehow caught 2, but only found 1. How that happened? Don't know how that happened.
So as the bodies lay around you and you go to your rest, this is probably a good place to stop because it's 11:15 in the real world.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Shit. Well, we can.
Do we camp by dead, or we move?
I suggest
for not to sleep with corpses.
Perhaps we move a half a mile away or so and look for a good place to camp.
Well, we could put them to the fire.
Oh,
give away
or
burn.
Burn good, but then bright.
If there are more, it might bring them. You're right. Mm. Like I say,
move.
Leave them for the crows.
We move 200 yard.
Very well.
Very well. Let's look for a good place to camp 200 yards off in the right direction.
Just, because that'll only take a few minutes or, a few moments to walk there, but it gives us enough time should anybody discover the bodies to be ready ourselves.
Yeah. That takes you way downwind of them. So, I guess this is our last little bit of the game to make survival checks if you're looking for a
survival
place.
I will survive.
So Dorian gives you a +1 bonus. Oh,
nice. Oh,
wow.
Nice.
Blue Star finds a giant city with a.
She has to roll again. Because she only got the
Yeah.
she rolled the 20. She didn't get it to
Exploding
the double.
20. So you can
Oh yeah. Nope.
33.
No. It's not with the +5. If you put an exclamation
right.
point
Yeah.
28.
behind your roll, if you do 1d20 exclamation, it'll
Yeah.
automatically, if you hit a 20, it'll automatically
You don't
explode
add the
on you.
bonus twice, in other words.
Yeah, you don't add the
But
bonus
still,
twice.
28.
Yeah.
So interesting, because I was looking at my map wondering if I might find that if you rolled high enough. As you go out just 200 yards, maybe a little more, maybe 250, a good longbow shot, you find a small cave and some, like I said, there's kind of small downs in the area, very small hills kind of leading up to the foothills of the Iron Rock Mountains. And in one of these hills, you find a cave, a fairly kind of a small cave, but it would easily fit everyone.
Nice.
And as you go in, you don't, Sildorian checks for tracks for like if animals have been in here camping, like bears, but
Yeah.
no sign of anything recent. He says like it smells like something might have like denned in here like a week ago, but so if y'all want to camp there?
In the cave?
Yes. Midnight
Yeah.
can sleep at the entrance to guard it.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay, yeah. And there's actually a little bit of water towards the back of the cave. You can hear it trickling down the walls.
Mm.
So it's very
Good.
faint, but if you left a water skin under there for like an hour, it'd probably fill eventually. But
Not bad.
Idea.
so probably a good place to stop.
Yay!
Yay.
Thanks everyone for watching our audience. Oh yeah, by the way, so we'll do this on the air. So we did this before, but anyway. So everybody got 4 experience point, right? Did we start it? We started kind of late though. So yeah, 4 experience points, and then we do a secret vote. So who gets a bonus point? Secret vote for like the best role play of the evening. Not the evening. This is the best role play of the year. Gets a bonus.
Of the
It's-
year.
It's 10 points to go up to the next level, right?
Yeah,
10
first
experience?
advancement is 10 XP up to me.
Okay. I'm not there. Yet.
So, oh, I was like, why is Eric's vote for 1d20 exclamation point? Oh, that was
No, that's not.
that was-
You saw you. Well, did you get my
yeah, I see it. The real one.
Okay.
there.
Whisper. Did you whisper?
Whisper, wheel wheaton,
Yes. Whisper.
Wheel
Whip.
wheel wheaton. Such a wimp. Even though it doesn't have an H on it. So the winner looks to be 2-1, Madison Blue Star.
Woo.
She gets +5 XP and plus 100 gold pieces.
What?
Yay!
Just randomly
100 gold
pieces fall out of the
pieces.
sky.
Wait a minute. Is that
Goodbye,
new?
everyone. Good luck on your quest.
And I'm out.
And I'm out.
I'll take Con with
Are you
me. I
up?
need a companion.
I follow.
So 5 experience points for her for real. And
Okay.
anybody want to do a quick outro for themselves, or
What do you mean by outro?
like, hey, catch me on social media.
Oh.
Oh yeah, because
Okay.
I totally do that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. You
Those
love
are-
Twitter. You love Twitter about as much as I do, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a
Especially.
Twitter?
Twatter is what I call it.
Yeah. It's about as well known to me as Instagram, which I don't know anything about.
Oh, Instagram cracker. That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Or Snap,
Instagram.
Crackle, and Pop Chat or whatever it is.
Nice.
Hey, Mike,
Nice.
do I level up now? Because how many experience points did I get last time?
I think did you win it last
480.
time?
Yeah.
So then you would have 5 and 5. Yeah, you get to be level next.
Okay.
Did we do 5 hours? Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
you
should
had
have
5
got
last time.
5 last session.
Okay.
At
And
least
then
5.
this time. Well, I
Yeah.
didn't get 5 last session. I got 4 last session.
Yes.
Well, but
So-
you're Eric.
so- We
Sure.
So I think she got 5 because we voted for her last
Yeah.
time, and then we voted again, and this time she gets
Should be
it
5.
again. So she should be at 10.
So if you get a full night's rest, then you can advance. You can level up. So.
Woo! And we're doing that
Excellent.
now in the
Power
cave,
up.
so you should have no problem sleeping.
Be
Yeah.
more useless.
More useless.
What do you mean? That was pretty useful.
Yeah, you were doing really well until it started to fall apart.
And then
Which
you
is
have
why
and
I
then you have
set
battle
myself
news.
up properly.
Yeah, it almost worked, but they
It
were
did.
like they were wanting more like some kind of like they didn't see an advantage
Yeah.
other than wanting her to come to perform, but then Sildorian wouldn't see any of it. But
Yeah, I'm like, I'll go. And he's like, no. Yes, I will totally go away to your chief and just stay there forever.
Yeah.
which
Yes.
may have actually been
It's
the
a
case.
trap.
It's a trap. I'm blowing out the or whatever happened to The Last Jedi. I don't even want to start on that movie. He was a
loved it. You
favorite
loved
character, and he's blown out the airlock.
Yeah.
It's like what? It was like some of the worst storytelling. Anyway,
All right, guys.
enjoyed
Well,
it.
this was
So
fun.
to the people watching,
right.
thanks for watching. Check out Savage Kingdoms on Drive-Thru RPG, and it used to be on Amazon. I don't know. Does anybody have any thing coming up, or want to say bye, or any outro stuff?
Can't wait
if
for the
you don't-
next
if you-
episode.
If you
Yes.
don't own the book, get the book. Be
Mm.
part of this thing. Savage Kingdoms is fabulous.
Thank you. Yeah,
Absolutely. You're just turning it blue there. Or
I paid these guys to say that.
yeah, no.
so
you
yeah,
didn't pay-
so
yeah, I'm probably
There's the book.
one of the biggest zealots of this game system, and
So
Mike
it's
doesn't
not-
give me anything for it. I'm just kind of
yeah. Well,
nuts about this ever
$200
since we started playing it.
$200 a week salary, which is not that much, but it's a good addition.
Oh, dang, that's a good salary. What are you talking about? I'll take
Well,
that.
Madison gets 500. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
well, But yes, go get this. It is worth
Yep.
every penny. And
Yes.
when the Savage East comes out, get that one too,
Mm.
Yes,
and the
which I'm
Bestiary, and all the other fun stuff.
currently
Because
working on. Hopefully, it'll come out
Yes.
in May of this
definitely
year.
worth it.
This
It
year,
is definitely worth it. It is a fabulous system. It is one of my favorites because you can fully customize. Like, as you can see, I made a blind, gladiator fighting, stealthy cat character that's got all sorts of cool things, just custom built. You can't do
Yeah.
that with very many other systems. So I really love it.
Well, cool. Thank you. Yeah. So everybody out there's more to tabletop role playing than Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
As much as I like it, nothing against D&D because I like D&D 5th
Yep.
edition for the most part. So
Yeah.
anyway, thanks guys, and thanks to my players once again. You guys are awesome, and we'll see y'all in 2
Cool.
more weeks for
Yeah.
more of this campaign. And
2
then next
weeks,
week
yeah.
will be the other campaign.
All
Dark
right.
Tides.
Check out Dark Tides as well.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right, guys. See y'all
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Bye. Good night. Awkward ending time.